That's Danny producing right now. He said, "Yo, hit the live." He said, "Don't ask him no questions unless you hit in the live."
Yeah. Okay. Let's see it. Now you can ask him.
So, Rob, are you watching Love Island or any of the toxic television?
I actually have not watched Love Island.
Have you heard of it though?
I have. I've heard of it, but I've never watched
Good things, bad things.
Bad
it.
things.
I definitely heard it's toxic, but that's like as far as I know. That's as far as I know.
Yeah, last year I got Corey to watch Love Island US. Honestly, it wasn't me. I think it was like
it was you. It was you. Don't do that.
All right. Well, I mean, it might have been me, but I don't think you would have watched all like 40 episodes if it was because of me. I think like at some point you would just got absorbed by it and you had to see what everybody was talking about.
I merely adopted the dark.
Either way, we did it last year and it was extremely popular. We did like a season finale for the show, and it got little attention. So we were like, all right, Corey said, all right, what if we did reviews of it as the season was ongoing, try to ride the wave, because USA popped off last year. It had been a thing for a while. It started in the UK like, I don't know, like 10 years ago or something. And USA was never really taken seriously, but last year it really popped off. So we're like, oh, okay, they're going to try to, recreate that same formula this year. So now we're in our reality TV bag, right? We're going to test it out tonight, see what happens.
Yo, that would be crazy.
Honestly,
there's a big fan base for it too. So that, yeah.
Dude.
Well, no, because you're the tier list king. If you did a, if he did a Love Island tier list,
I don't know anything about.
Well, here's the thing: if you got
how many seasons have been out?
7 USA, like 15 UK.
There's no continuity. This ain't One Piece. There's no continuity.
There's an episode every day for like
every single day.
Every day, my king.
Except Saturday.
Every day. Every day.
Saturday.
Oh my god.
Every day. Only days they don't drop episodes is and that's why I get mad about civilians calling One Piece fans crazy.
Yeah.
Because what do you mean there's an episode every day? And if you miss one day, you're cooked.
Couldn't do it. How would you even? Every day is wild. Unless, like, how long are these episodes?
45
first episode
an hour
40. First episode hour 40. Every episode's an hour.
They got it.
So you got to be willing to commit to the Island of Love for at least an hour and 10 minutes every day at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And for some people, that shit it's easy. It's light work.
I mean, I'm just trying to keep my humanity while watching this show. That's all. That's all it is.
So the last season was 37 episodes, which is what? How long is that?
Too many.
Like 40 minutes.
I watched like 25 of those episodes within 3 days. I tried to binge it like an anime, and it was not it, Chief.
It's like 25 hours. It's like 25 hours of content. If each one's like 45 minutes, that's not bad.
What?
But if you made a Love Island tier list, I'm telling you,
how far is the season out?
So right now, this current season is 5 episodes in, so you still have time.
Yeah, it started last week. Honestly, if you're not like as far as like a reality, as far as a reality TV show, this is not the kind of show you dip your toes in. It is a lot. It is a lot, especially
if you want to continue being a good person. Don't watch this.
Yeah, Corey's really stuck on that point that it turns you into a bad person.
It does, Rob. All right, as an outsider, do you feel like reality TV turns you into a bad person potentially?
How much experience do you have with reality TV? And I'm not talking game shows and shit.
Or Flavor of Love.
I was gonna say. I mean,
Flavor of Love don't count.
Flavor of Love don't count.
No,
I mean it's the OG reality.
Because Danny never seen it. Danny never seen Flavor of Love.
Wait,
saw-
oh wow, you haven't
I saw
seen
the
Flavor of
first
Love.
3 episodes
He
after
don't know
Corey and
ball.
Kimmy
He don't
roasted
know
me for it.
ball. He don't know
So
ball.
I've seen, Flavor of Love, Jersey Shore.
You know hoops.
Okay.
He know hoops.
Yeah. What was the one with LeVar Ball in them? I've seen that one. Ball in the Family.
Ball in the Family. You would watch that.
I saw
They got
I saw a
hoop
little
dreams.
ball,
Bro
a
got
little
hoop
Ball in the
dreams.
Family. I saw what else? What else? I've seen like what was it? Bachelorette or Bachelor? Bachelor.
Okay.
Whatever,
Okay.
whatever. Which one? I've seen
You're
like
very
episodes
familiar.
from both. Yeah, I've seen episodes of both, but I never like sat down and locked in on like a full season. It's just been like, all right, either somebody's showing me something or you know what I mean?
Well,
One of them Real Housewives, like my sisters are one of my sisters is like watching one of the Real Housewives of
Heavy.
something. I don't know which one it was.
one
but
of them. Heavy.
I watched,
So many
you know,
housewives.
so I watched a couple episodes.
All right. Well, let us know in the chat if y'all want to see Rob do a Love Island tier list. That would be peak
Man.
content, actually. If you started break down in the Love Island contestants like it's One Piece, that would be peak.
Like you said,
This-
the audience is there, man.
This girl doesn't actually
Yeah.
have hockey.
Oh
She-
my gosh.
She
We got
actually
power scaling Love
Power-
Island.
power scaling Love Island is very feasible, actually.
I don't think power scaling is the word. Maybe aura scaling.
Or scaling.
Which of these contestants have the best aura, the best
Listen, bro,
presentation?
anything is possible. But what is going on, y'all? We see y'all in the chat. Za, I see you. Genesis, I see you. It's Motions, I see you. Welcome to another One Piece Moon Piece live stream, live read through. We are here with One Piece chapter 1151 with the man, the myth, the legend, the man who pays all our bills, Shonen Showdown, Rob himself.
Man,
Welcome back, bro. Welcome back.
Man, thank you guys so much for having me. I'm happy to be here. Yeah, man, let's talk some One Piece. You know,
I can't believe you haven't read the chapter yet. This is an honor to get
Yeah.
your live reaction.
Yo, I'm hyped. I'm hyped for this.
No
I really,
spoilers?
really am. No, nothing. I
That's
don't know
hard
what's
to do,
going on.
man.
We gotta toe the line specifically because last week when I was talking to him, he was like, "Yeah, no, I didn't read the chapter." I was like, "Well, normally, we read the chapter first, and then we try to have ideas, and then we go through." But now you just going in raw dogging it.
Yeah.
So we really, Danny, we really can't just talk about things that happens later on because this is Rob's first experience for 1151.
Sir, I'm a gentleman and a professional. How dare you?
Well, what do you know about the chapter already, Rob?
I know that it comes after 1150. That's all I know.
I hate
Solid.
you for that.
Solid.
That's
He's
all
not
I
wrong.
know.
He's not wrong.
I know it comes after 1150 is crazy. Word.
That's all I know. Because right now everything is going wild. Like anything can happen. Based
This
off
man
that
has
last
media
chapter.
training.
Yeah, listen, bro, that's what happens when you're on the Pari payroll.
Yo, that's crazy. Oh my god.
Listen, we know the Pari sweatshop don't care. We know she foot on
no
the neck.
breaks out here.
No breaks,
No
bro.
breaks out here.
How is it out there, bro? You good? You chilling out there? Like, is it different from being in New York? Like, I actually have a lot of like questions about.
Besides the temperature, isn't it like boiling over there all the time?
Desert heat is different. So it's hot, really hot during the day, and then at night it gets cold. But like not, that's mainly for like the springtime. Summer it doesn't matter. Like so now we're gearing up for the summer. So like
Well,
gets
now
much colder, but it's still hot.
You've been there for like how many months now? Like 4 months?
Yeah, about 4.
Do you like it more in New York or nah?
I mean, there are aspects that I like more in New York for sure.
The good weather.
People.
Yeah, I do love. I'm tired of the cold, man. Because I
what do you
went to.
mean?
Listen, hold on, no.
You went
hold
to-
on, no. But I went to school when I went to college. I went to college in Buffalo, right? So
Which is Canada.
imagine-
Which is
Oh
Canada.
Which is-
God.
Imagine you grow up in New York
No,
your whole
bro.
life. It's just brick, cold. Then you go up to Canada and it's even more cold.
No
Then you
way.
go
It's
to
like-
Canada.
And then I was after a while, I was like, yo, I need some like heat in my life. Like my blood I have Jamaican blood in me. Like I need heat. Like I can't just
Yeah.
stay in
You
the
are
freezer
original
my whole life.
Batman.
and just like I'm just too much snow, too much. I'm like, yo, listen. When I was in Buffalo, the surrounding towns, there was like a snowstorm. It was like 7 feet of snow. I said, yo, I said, man, when I'm out of here, I'm out of here for like
Yo,
a
honestly,
calm
bro,
little minute.
I can't
you know
wait
what I
till
mean?
you miss the cold.
I was gonna say, how long you think you can ever miss it? The cold, the
Miss the cold.
snow. You know what it is with that?
Honestly,
you could
I
come
think
visit, and you'll be
because
good.
I think I only like the cold for the season. Like I feel like, and what I mean by that is like
For the
around like
fits? For the fits?
around like like when it's like Thanksgiving to Christmas, like the cold is nice.
It's a
'cause it's like
vibe.
it's a vibe and it fits the season. Like I like Christmas being hot just feels weird to me. But like right
Global
after
warming.
New Year's, when the clock strikes 12, it's like Happy New Year. I'm like,
He said,
bet.
I'm done. He said, I'm
Where's
done.
the sun at now? Like I'm over it. Cause that whole time from like January to like May, there's nothing going on. It's just brick.
Oh,
It's
what do
just
you
like,
mean?
nah, I need
It's
heat,
cold.
man. I need
You know
heat.
what it is? You gotta have
Listen, in Buffalo, there's only 2 seasons in Buffalo, yo. Only 2 seasons.
There's only
Summer and
one season
winter.
in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yo,
Ooh.
going to Buffalo is the fact that Buffalo is even a thing. God bless them. All they got is not Smith and Wesson. What's the boys that be rapping?
Oh, you talking
You know who I'm talking about. Rob know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, definitely not me.
No, Danny, we know you don't know.
Yeah.
We know you don't know music stuff. Rob's my music guy. He knows who I'm talking about. He talking about
Griselda.
God damn it.
Griselda,
Griselda,
right?
yeah, Griselda, yeah.
Griselda,
That's the
yeah.
Buffalo boys, right? That's
Yeah.
the upstate boys.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't nothing else in the city no more. Who we got? Ice
Right.
Spice, Poopy Doopy in my pants.
Man,
Goopy in my pants.
That's
Ice
all
Spice she was going crazy for a minute, but then
the worst
I
thing
don't know,
about Ice Spice is that me and Ice Spice went to the same college, and I'm like, ugh.
Damn, mad people went to Burgess.
Well,
I feel like you always be saying that about
bro.
people.
I went to a performing arts college, bro.
Okay,
I just got no talent. I just got no talent personally.
No, stop, Corey.
No,
stop.
You definitely got that management talent.
Nah, we,
bro.
bro.
Corey Sweatshop. Don't
do that. Don't.
Oh wow.
No.
But you don't like it when it's done on you.
No. Now we starting to figure out what's going on.
There is no sweatshop in the movie piece area. Don't do that. I am not El Drake. I am not El Party Next Door. Don't do that. But what is going on, y'all? We are here for One Piece chapter 1151 with the man, the myth, the legend, Shonen Showdown. Rob, what's going on, brother?
I'm doing great. What's good to everybody in the chat? Let's get into it.
Before we get into this chapter, make sure you guys do not spoil 1151 for Rob because this is his first read through. So me and Danny have to have self-control while reading through.
Yeah. You keep saying that, bro. I'm good.
I'm just saying. As we read through, we can't say what happens further on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this is raw, pause. This is organic, pause.
You know what's crazy? Whenever I read the early translations, I'm always like fiending for that next hit that I'm always like scroll. And like I read through it so fast and I'm just like talking about it for like the first day. And then afterwards, I'm just like, all right, there's no point until I read the official. So honestly, I don't remember everything that happened this chapter. So I always look forward to reading the official because for me, the official is the word of God. So
the word of God. Listen, man, the word of God can be interpreted how you want to see it. But Danny will take over the cover story, the first 2 pages. Rob, you want to take the next 2 pages after Danny, and then I will do the next 2 after that. We know how we get down here. If this is your first time joining us going through, we are checking out the Viz official translation from the website for Shonen Jump. So if you want to follow along, that is where we be reading from for One Piece chapter 1151. I get the idea. I don't know if I love this chapter title more than the TCB version, but Danny, you want to take us home?
Yes. Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage Volume 35. Sumo tourney in Hakumai, hurling Urishima's big brother, Yokozuna Sukune. As we see Yamato hurling this poor victim into the air as if Luffy didn't throw this man around enough already. He's still catching strays. And as we see, Yamato is continuing her journey through Wano with Kawamatsu chilling in the background. I cannot believe we are still here.
Yeah.
Are you surprised?
But I just need Yamato to join the crew. That's where I'm at.
Dude,
What are we doing? Like, what are we doing this for? What is
It's
it
time,
for?
it's
Like,
time.
what is it?
I hope it's to like show, you know what it is? I feel like she said, I will come and join you when I feel like Wano can be left.
They
protected.
can't though.
But she's clearly like going around collecting this, like her scabbards. She just got page 1 in Ulti, which were Topi Roppo for Kaido, right? Momonosuke, I hope, is going through some sort of like training regimen. So like maybe she'll be all right to travel for a couple months, you know?
The fact that she's fighting Urashima's brother, right? Not even Urashima himself in this cover story. I'm over here like, you just having fun. You just having fun.
Absolutely.
This needs to end somehow. Because truthfully, in my soul, the Straw Hat crew is not up to snuff.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens after Elbaf.
The eyes.
Hey.
Listen, we
Man.
know you the agenda king. So
Yo.
we know you the agenda king. We know you got thoughts. We know you got theories and all that.
I got a lot of thoughts, but I got to see what this chapter talking about. I have to see what they're talking about.
All right, Dane, take the first 2 pages.
Let's get to the first page. Here we're seeing is this Kashi?
It's Kashi.
Yeah, this is Kashi. As he's saying to Dory and Brogy as they're going onwards to go for King Ja Rule. Wait, captains, you mustn't do this. Chief Ja Rule is the world's oldest warrior. He's a hero of a legend. We've looked up to him for our entire lives, haven't we? And Brogy's like, yeah, that's right, Kashi. The warrior we once admired has grown old and feeble, so it's time to force him into retirement. And then Dory's like, yeah. And then we will be the kings of Elbaf. There's no need for the god of Elbaf anymore. Bring about the age of war. We'll build an era defined by ruthless and mightiness. You guys never talked like that before. What's gotten into you? As Kashi is again trying to make an argument with Dory and Brogy. What has gotten into you? Stay back, Kashi. They flipped over and turned into different people entirely. Now they're like demons, dark and twisted, all the way to their core. Oh, it can't be. As somebody quickly gets sworn by flames. Thorman! And then we see a little Othello board get flipped. Oh no, I'm trapped between them. No, wait, I don't want to turn evil. Don't flip me over. Flop! He turns black, signaling a change.
So, how much do all of us know about this board game? Because I don't know nothing about Reverse
I
C
did watch
or
Hikaru no Go when I was a wee
feel
lad.
like I feel like I've seen it in media before, but I've never played it, so I don't know. Like,
I think I tried learning this game, I don't know, maybe like 10 years ago, because I thought it was so cool in the anime, but it's a very, very hard game to learn.
Well, the only reference I have prior to this is during Wano when the CP0 guys were like using this as a representation of the forces switching sides.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When they were like, oh, there's like 300 people now on this side, and now all these other guys have flipped over to being part of the Straw Hat side versus the Beast Pirate side. So right now, in this sense, it's making me think like, okay, maybe those CP0 guys had some type of sense of how important gaming is, because it almost feels like right now Emu might be a gamer.
Oh, you think he's a little he's a gamer?
Like, I think he really just might be on some like, if you're not a gamer, you can't beat me type energy right now. Because the power seems very Davy back fight-ish. The Davy back fight is coming. That's what I'm saying.
You're not about to say what I think you're not. Listen, we're not ending the series. We're not ending One Piece on a Davy back fight.
Would you be upset?
What?
Would you be upset if it in a Davy back fight? That's the most One Piece thing that could happen.
With Emu? Or are we talking?
Is Emu the final villain? Is Emu the final villain?
It seems like the most.
I believe so.
It seems
I
like
believe Emu is the final villain.
right now. It
What about
seems like the
Blackbeard?
most easiest answer is that Emu might lose to a Davy back fight.
You're ridiculous. There's no way.
He's playing
no
a
way.
game right. Well, he.
First of
she.
all, so where does Dragon in the Revolutionary Army fit in this picture?
You don't think Dragon would do a Davy back?
That has nothing
Okay,
to do. They're the
that-
Revolutionary Army.
You
That
don't
I
think?
don't believe.
You
I don't
come
think
on,
Dragon
You don't
would
think
leave the
Dragon
fate
would
of the
hit Davy
world
back?
to a game.
Do a Davy back fight. Come on.
I'm just
Luffy would do
saying.
that. Luffy would do that, but not Dragon.
You don't think Dragon would hit the Davy back?
No,
No. What? Are
That's-
you kidding me?
I'm just
that
saying.
man don't look like he play games.
Y'all
He
don't
does
know,
not play
we,
games.
We don't know the full extent to Dragon's personality.
No,
He
we-
might be
think
just
we do.
silly. He might. Just
I think
be,
we don't. He's not, bro. I think everybody who's ever interacted with dragons, like, he's a very serious guy. He's very stoic. Never
Yeah.
shows any emotions. Never really hangs out with
the
the
chat is hating
the
on me right now.
revolutionaries.
Corey is not cooking. I'm telling y'all, when this series ends with a Davy back fight, I'm gonna laugh at y'all face.
No.
Listen, a Davy back fight could happen between pirates, but I think Emu's on a different wavelength. Like, this is a different beast we're dealing with altogether.
Yo, bro, this
and I feel
game
like
alone,
the Revolutionary Army is somebody that's definitely they're a faction that's definitely going to play a huge pivotal role in the fight against the God's Knights, Emu, and stuff like that. Like, I think it's different. If you said Blackbeard, Shanks, whatever, cool. I definitely think we'll see another Davy back fight, maybe. But
you don't
Emu?
think? Yo,
Emu's different.
Emu might
Emu's
be a
different.
Emu is giving I'm just a silly little guy energy right now. He might.
Not in the last chapter. In the last chapter, he was.
He's playing games.
Oh man.
If anything, he's playing. What's that one board game that people love where you go around conquering
Chinese checkers.
No,
Man,
no. Raid. Is it Raid?
Ray
Is
Shadow
it?
Legends.
Or
Not you doing the Ray
It's a
Shadow
board
Legends
game.
plug right now.
not
It's a board
War.
game.
Not War. Is it War?
Fudge. I can't remember the name of the game where you go conquering land.
Yes, yeah. It's not War.
Humanity,
is it?
not humanity. God damn it.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Something against humanity. No, not.
No, you're thinking
No,
about Cards Against
no,
Humanity.
no.
Yeah,
It's
no,
not
no.
Settlers of Catan.
Cells
It's,
Catan.
No.
No, it's
No,
with
it's
the
not
squares,
Settlers.
with the octagons or whatever. They like a map.
No. It's
I don't know, man.
does it
It's
start with the R? It's like
Is it Risk? Risk.
oh my day.
That's
it,
it.
Risk.
Yeah,
That's
he's
how
playing.
I said
he's-
Raid. Risk. That's what.
Yeah, he's
Raid
playing
Shadow
something like
Legends.
that.
This stream is sponsored by Ray Shadow Legends. Make sure you guys subscribe.
Oh, y'all.
Oh, wow,
y'all-
you
no,
said
it's
the
not.
full-
No, it's not.
Okay.
No, it's not. No, it's
Y'all
not. No,
up?
it's not. No, it's not. Don't do that.
No,
Okay, my bad.
you said
Go
the
ahead.
full sentence, bro.
I'll say get your ad read off. Go ahead.
Well, all right. Well, we go to the next two pages. We won't say too much. Rob, you got this?
Okay. Yeah, why not? Okay, so we're seeing. Wait, who's that just got hit
Thorman.
before? Thorman.
Thorman.
All right. So yeah, we are seeing Thorman getting turned, and now he's completely turned. He says, what an incredible feeling. No, Thorman, not you too. And then we have an incredible panel of Dory, Brogy, and Thorman all literally going all out, crashing out, showing their powerful attacks and everything. Everyone screaming, retreat for now. The tides have turned against us. The enemy took GYABAN. No, my bad. The enemy took out GYABAN, it seems. Huh? And then they're like, no, that can't be.
Ripley.
Yes. And
Gotcha.
then we have Ripley here. I'm following the
I got
the
you.
panel here. So Ripley's wait for me, Cologne. Is that true about Mr. Ya? Mama's gonna save you. All right, so we're seeing everybody's running. Branch Route 8. We're seeing the kids. They're still kind of, walking. Demons. The giant pirates have turned into demons. And the kids are imagining. So this is like the dream that people were still saying, like, Killingham's ability kind of thing is working. So we're seeing the kids are seeing it now, and they're dreaming these things. Now, wait, hold on. Nightmare hole and a demon pops out of the ground. So wait a minute. Is this Killingham's ability?
Yes.
Or is this is still killing? All right, so Killingham is having the demons pop out of the ground while Emu is flipping the giant pirates over. So a lot is going on here. All right, so now we have more demons coming out. This is crazy. This is literally like hell on Elbath. Right
They
now.
cooked, bro.
This is hell on Elbath. So now we're seeing. I believe is that killing him?
Yep.
Yeah.
You can't
Get
see
to your
yet.
feet. Yeah. Get to your feet. You are not actually dead. And one of them was, I guess, putting themselves together. Wahahaha. That's right. Get up. Be reborn. There's no waking Elbath from this nightmare. Okay, so Killingham's now he's on the move. He's on the
Yo.
move
Yeah.
now.
All right. These giants are cooked because these new forms
Yeah.
of the giants,
Yeah.
just too good.
And
Yeah,
they're
yeah, yeah.
huge. They're huge. Look how
Yeah,
much
yeah.
bigger they are than all the other giants.
They are now we're at a point where we don't know exactly if them being turned is not only just making them stronger and tap into their dark side, but like
Yeah.
is Emu giving them an extra ability?
A boost.
Because if that is the case, it's done. It's done. I think
Yeah.
it's going to be a similar situation to Egghead, where either Luffy's Joy Boy, Hockey, Emmett's going to have to teleport. Something crazy is going to have to happen that we've never predicted, or they got to start running already.
Well, I've lived in the belief that, like, right now, I don't see a world where the Straw Hats win this arc.
Yeah, even
This
with
is-
Loki's help and the new giant pirates, I guess.
This is Sabodi written all over it. Like, we got to get the fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah,
we got to get out of here.
But I don't think they're just going to leave Elbath like that. I think Elbath is too important, and it's been said to us time and time and again. Elbath is extremely important,
and that's
even Emu says that he doesn't want to destroy it.
That's exactly why they gotta run, because Elbath is cooked.
No.
Yeah. But it seems like my sorry, go ahead, Danny. I don't want to cut you off.
No, you go.
I was gonna say it seems like Jarul wants to square up. Like he's ready, and it looks like if Luffy and Loki, combine forces,
Loki they're gonna he's fighting for his life.
I know, but there's gonna be a resistance.
Dude, remember what happened in Wano? Zoro's half his body was broken, and somebody came out with the sensu bean and was like, "Yo, take the sensu bean real quick.
That's not
take King out real quick."
Chopper like pulled out this magical. First of all, I'm not.
It wasn't Chopper
right now. We gotta save the Chopper. It was Chopper.
No, it was the
Chopper
goat doctor. It was the goat doctor from. Bro, it wasn't Chopper though. Either way, something got pulled out of the thin air. You don't think something can happen for Loki? Look, there's no way we're not going to see Loki.
Even if they pull it out, I think pause for Loki. Right now, what's going on in this arc, I don't think it's enough. It's not enough.
There's a good chance that somebody else might come to Elbath. I think it's a good chance that maybe Shanks comes back to Elbath.
I'm begging for Shanks, Rob's boy, to come through at any point in time, or Dragon. Somebody.
Why? You know why? Initially, I wanted Shanks to be there.
Oh, now you don't.
I don't, because I would much rather have Dragon and the Revolutionary Army.
Ooh, okay.
And the reason why too is I feel like Shanks being here after Shamrock left, I'm kind of like, all right, whatever. Dragon pull up.
You want
now,
to see
Shamrock? We're here. I want to see Shanks and Shamrock together for the
I see.
Wait a minute, you know what I mean? But like since Shamrock left, I'm like, all right, where's Dragon? You know what I mean? I would much rather have Dragon pull up with the Revolutionary Army and Sabo and everybody, and be like, okay, we're part of the resistance now. There's a couple guys, Knights here. Let's box. Like I would love that. Overseeing Shanks there. Yeah, but I wouldn't turn it down. Listen, seeing Shanks go all out.
We know
you.
But we take Shanks any day.
We know that something's going on in Mary Joie, so that's the only thing that's holding me back from saying that Dragon would pull up.
Yes, exactly. That is true.
But it might be Black, because like Lafitte was right there watching.
But why would Blackbeard risk? Blackbeard wouldn't risk a war to go to Marineford. Why would he do that? There's nothing for him there.
As an absolute opportunity to win.
No, it would make more sense for Blackbeard to use the information he received from Caribou to either go to Wano or go to Fishman Island to collect one of the ancient weapons. It wouldn't make sense if he were going to go after Marineford. He would need to bulk up a little bit more, because just like Luffy is not capable to handle all of this right now, you could very well say the same thing for Blackbeard.
I don't think
He needs a
so.
little bit more juice.
I don't think so.
Oh no.
I think out of
So in this situation, if you were to flip the Straw Hats and the Blackbeard Pirates, you think the Blackbeard Pirates could easily
my
handle this
personal
situation?
belief is that the Straw Hat Pirates are the weakest of the 4 emperors.
Are you dumb, bro? Are you serious right now?
What?
I'm sorry, bro.
Yo, guys, this is the first time Danny has ever called me dumb on stream. What do you mean?
Yo,
what do you mean?
Yo, when you say audacious shit like that, man,
What do you
really
mean?
like?
You don't think
I
the
know
Straw
the
Hats are
alcohol
the
is
weakest
still
of the 4
coursing
emperors
through
right
you.
now?
All right,
Rob.
all right, we're gonna have this
Rob,
conversation
what's your
right now, or
opinion?
should we
What's
save
your
it for the end?
What's your thought?
man,
They're definitely, if they're
It's
not
about-
the
it's about to-
weakest,
it's-
they're the second weakest. That's
it's
what I'll
about to
give
get
you.
disrespectful in here, man. I mean, for me, I think the Cross Guild right now,
You think Cross Guild's the weakest?
I do, but
Oh,
when you think about,
you
let's
and me,
be honest,
you a Mihawk hater though.
no, I'm not a Mihawk hater. I really am not a Mihawk hater. I just don't like when people say Mihawk can beat every character that has ever written in all of fiction that has a sword.
Okay.
So I think it comes down to a point where, as powerful as Mihawk is, unless Crocodile got a superpower boost, Buggy still has not proven himself on a power scaling front. Buggy still has not proven himself, and I'm not saying that Oda won't write in
Awaken Buggy?
Like,
y'all not ready.
Yeah,
I'm not ready for
I do think Buggy has one of the most critical devil fruits in the series. He just does not tap into really boxing. So we need to see some of that from him, and we haven't seen it yet. So on paper right now, it's Mihawk's Batman, Crocodile's Robin, and they have a bag of chips. At the end of the day, they are not going to beat the Straw Hat Pirates, especially if it's Fleet v Fleet.
Buggy is Batman.
Up.
What?
Buggy is Batman.
No, dude, you're so no. I don't.
I'm telling you guys, y'all are sleeping on Awaken Buggy.
I wouldn't. The only thing I'll say, Danny, what Corey's saying is that there is a chance that Oda will bring out Buggy and be like, the whole time Buggy's been holding back and he's going to be super powerful now. Like, there is a chance for that to happen.
If you play the One Piece card game,
we can't bet on it right now. That's the thing. We can't bet on
it. If you play the One Piece card game, right? There's Buggy cards that cannot be KO'd by Slash. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Mihawk couldn't cut Buggy.
Just saying.
That's for y'all.
I'm just saying.
You don't think you could cut Buggy with hockey though?
If you can you imagine?
I mean, I don't know.
Awaken chop fruit. Awaken chop fruit. That niggas
no, bro. I get it.
Yeah, but in all seriousness though, like, yeah, Buggy's devil fruit is, if he locked in, he would be
Cross Guild is the modern day Rocks Pirates. So therefore, I put them. Yes,
what do you mean? Modern what?
Bro, they only have Crocodile.
What do you mean? Are we not reading the same story?
I get what you're saying.
You don't see Cross Guild as the modern day's Rocks Pirates?
Corey, this is crazy.
What do you? No. Okay, now this is not even a hot take. This is regular. This is regular conversation. What do you mean?
People draw more comparisons to Rocks and Blackbeard than Buggy.
No, what do you mean?
If anything,
Cross Guild is about to be an accumulation of all the former 7 warlords.
Well, there's no evidence of that except for Mihawk and Crocodile. That's it, bro. Yeah. And like he just said, Blackbeard actually has a crew where they're not friends. They're just people who have common interests.
That's Cross Guild. That's Cross Guild.
Okay,
common interests.
But Cross Guild is literally Crocodile and Mihawk, and that's it.
When they have Boa Hancock and Moria on that crew, y'all gonna be.
Why would Boa join Cross Guild?
Law. They're gonna have Law. They're gonna have Boa. They're gonna have.
I think it's different because I think the Rocks Pirates, they all had like their own whatever separate goals, but Rocks was trying to become the king of the world. The Cross Guild is trying to hunt down Marines. It's different. And Mihawk does have some history. They used to call him the Marine Hunter, but their objective.
But Crocodile is trying to hunt down the Marines, not Buggy. Buggy wants to be king of the pirates.
But that's what I'm saying. Is so. Are we saying he's not Rocks though? That's not.
He
Rocks,
might
though.
be Rocks though. That's what I'm saying.
He might be Rocks' son. He might be Rocks' son.
We don't know nothing.
Buggy is Rocks' son?
Nah.
Rocks beat a little kid.
What are we doing?
Rocks beat a little boy. He beat a little kid Loki. That's not a
He was
feat.
a giant though. He was
That's
a giant
not a
though.
feat. That's not a feat. Beating a little kid giant is not a feat.
But you know what? Telling Whitebeard to shut the hell up, that is a feat.
Is it? Is it?
A little
Buggy
bit.
has told mad people to shut
He
the
said it
hell
with
up.
his shot.
Buggy has told
And then he got beat for it.
Did he? Because he's still the king of the Cross Guild.
That's propaganda though, bro. That's propaganda.
Listen, bro. Nobody wants to hear me eat.
Hold on.
And that's fine.
Hold on. Can we just rank the Yonko crews real quick? Real quick. Can we just rank them?
Okay.
Corey, go.
What, on power?
Yeah.
On power? Number one
On,
for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm putting Blackbeard number one.
All right. It was a good stream, y'all.
Oh my days!
Listen, y'all.
What do you
mean?
mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
So who you putting number
Corey. One? Who am I putting number one?
Shanks?
The only one that is the red-haired Shanks that has.
They got four guys.
4 guys, Corey?
They got 4 guys.
Corey.
It's him, Lucky
Corey.
Roo,
You know what's crazy?
Ben Beckman.
Those same 4 guys that you're speaking of stopped an entire war off of them just pulling up. Just off the strength.
Oh my God, we don't even know the full context. One Piece is about context.
No, we don't.
One Piece is about context.
I'm putting Straw Hats at number one, guys. I'm sorry.
Yo, you crazy?
I'm putting Straw Hats at number one.
Number one?
Like you just, bro, Blackbeard's crew. Like you just said about Shanks' crew, bro. They got Blackbeard's crew's got like
apparently
4 guys.
These
bro.
podcasts don't know nothing, so we're both dumb.
Crazy.
What do you mean?
This is crazy.
We all have different opinions at who's number one.
You think the Straw Hats are the strongest out of the 4 Yonkos currently?
Shanks, the red hair pirates are the strongest Yonko crew right now.
Shanks is the strongest right now.
But
Shanks.
Ben Beckman, hold on.
Shanks no, Jinbei could take Ben Beckman.
Jinbei
oh my God!
No!
Did he even say that? Did he say that? No way. You're dead serious? You're dead serious.
Jinbei?
I think
Jinbei's number 7 on the Straw Hat crew at this point.
Number 7?
What has he
he's
done?
not number 7.
What has he done?
This is crazy.
Bro, in team contribution, sure. All right, but Jinbei's got feats.
Danny.
Yeah, he has webbed feet at best.
Let me tell you something.
God.
Right now, this is just and I just want to preface this. They call Shanks 1A.
1A?
They literally Shanks is 1A and Ben Beckman is 1B. They don't even look at Ben Beckman like he's number 2. They look at it like Shanks is 1A and Ben Beckman is 1B. This is stated in the SBS, the data books, whatever. Ben Beckman is seriously that guy. And when we're looking at it, right, there's theories, right? It's not confirmed, but there's theories in the community. Captain Kidd, the arm that he's missing was taken from Ben Beckman. That's the theories that these are the type of conversations we are talking about when we say Ben Beckman. The same person that he pulled up to Kizaru, he said,
I can't,
was like,
Jamie, you really,
right?
Are you being biased? Are you being biased?
And I love Jinbei, but like,
are you being biased, Danny?
The Ben Beckman taking Kid's arm, that to me don't really mean much. Because Kid, let's be honest, he's not that guy. He is not him, and he's been humbled so many times.
Listen, all right. I'm not the biggest.
Rob's like, I'm a Kid hater just like the rest of you, but
we also have to understand he was one of the top pirates in the Warriors generation. It was Kid, Law, and Luffy, all those 3. So coming out of the Warriors generation, they were the top 3. So it's like, yeah, like that's why Kid tried to spin back, and then look what happened.
I'll retract the Jinbei Ben Beckman.
You need to retract. Jinbei has done nothing.
I'm still putting, in my opinion, I'm still putting Straw Hats number 1. Corey's got Blackbeard Pirates at number 2. At not number 2. That's your number 1, and Rob's got Shanks' crew at
I
number 1.
have
for
the Straw Hat
Yonkos.
Pirates at the bottom of the 4.
I think you're wrong. I'm sorry.
I think
This
okay.
is crazy.
No, this. All right, Rob.
This is
What's your rank currently in that race? I guess.
I know it's Red Hair Pirates. Red Hair Pirates number 1 for sure. Factual. Not saying the Straw Hat Pirates won't have an opportunity to eclipse them, but right now I think the Red Hair Pirates are the strongest Yonko crew. At number 2, I think on paper, as much as I love the Straw Hats, I'm worried about Blackbeard picking up Kuzan. And the only reason why I say that is because I've never been a person to sleep on Shiryu. I know there's people out there that sleep on Shiryu. For me, I don't understand why you would.
I don't know why.
I'm not a person. Yeah, I'm not a person out there that sleeps on Shiryu. So I feel like if the Blackbeard Pirates match up against the Straw Hats, Luffy will hold his own. Luffy's fighting Blackbeard. He'll hold his own. He'll do his thing. He'll beat Blackbeard, in my opinion. Zoro's going to have to fight Shiryu. I think Shiryu is powerful, but let's say Zoro gets the W on there.
Yeah.
Who's fighting Kuzan, right? Kuzan's going to have to fight Sanji, right? And whoever you have winning that, it is what it is.
I think rounded out, the Blackbeard crew goes gone.
Yeah, but the thing is as you start going down the list, pound for pound, the Blackbeard Pirates have much more. They have much more star power.
Usopp currently cannot take Van Augur.
Yeah. Usopp's not. Well, yeah, Usopp can't beat Van Augur right now. You have Burgess. You have Valpozzalo. You have San Juan Wolf. Like at some point, like even Nico Robin at
something gotta give.
Something, and that's what I'm saying. Really, it's the Straw Hats are top heavy, and that's my issue with them. It's like every single time the Straw Hats are an issue. Like even when we got into Elbaf, what was it? Usopp and Nami were like, "Please, somebody save us!" And then the monster trio had to come in and be like, "All right, guys, we're here." You cannot do that against the Blackbeard Pirates.
We need that cover story to bring Yamato to the crew. Otherwise,
and that's right. And that's my thing. That's why I feel like we need Yamato.
We need the manpower. We need the manpower.
We need it.
We're not up to snuff yet.
So as much as I love the Straw Hats, I would probably go with Blackbeard Pirates at number 2. And then at number 3, I would say Straw Hats. And at 4, I would say Cross Guild. And the reason why is, again, like I said earlier, Mihawk, as powerful as he is, can only do so much.
Yo, when
Mihawk can only do so much.
Where my claw
Crocodile and Mihawk, once they get hold on, but Corey, let's be honest. Once Mihawk and Crocodile are in because they're both gonna have to fight 5 people all at once, right? They're gonna have Mihawk's gonna be like, all right, let me get 5, Crocodile, you get 5. After that happens, who else is left? Buggy and a bag of chips.
Y'all are bugging because
left.
Y'all are acting like you acting Buggy, like Cross Guild's not about to get bigger.
Bro, we don't know that. We don't know that.
The new
basis.
The new Giants Pirates that used to be part of Buggy's camp, they left and joined the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. That was one of Buggy's biggest offensive powers. They joined Luffy. They left and joined Luffy. So when you look at it, who's there?
When
Alvida?
I'm telling you, I bet.
Like what we doing?
My prediction.
Get them out of there. You know
my prediction. Law's coming through, joining Cross Guild because he got nothing else to do. Him and Beppo, that's Cross Guild.
Okay,
I don't see that happening.
Where else is he gonna go?
I don't know, but
why wouldn't he just go find Luffy, bro?
Why wouldn't he just go find Luffy?
I see Seb in chat. Seb, we need Yamato. We definitely need Yamato. We need Yamato.
I'm begging on the future stock, Seb. I'm telling you, I'm saying.
I see y'all in chat though. I see y'all in chat. All right.
So Law and Beppo got nowhere else to go. They go on the Cross Guild, bro. Boa Hancock got nowhere to run to. That's Cross Guild. Moria is begging for somebody to help him get his little Absalom fruit. That's Cross Guild. Cross Guild is about to be the modern day Rocks Pirates on paper.
Right. I get that, bro. But that's not them right now. That's
right now because we don't know how much time is passing outside of Elbaf.
That's true. Listen, I would love to see the newspaper come out after we leave Elbaf and the Cross Guild Pirates are up. That would be amazing.
Your Hisashi Buddha is not on fleek right now. So I'm going to read the next 2 pages so we can keep it pushing. So now we see the new Killingham design. Now things are really cooking. With the great ones here, there's no need to hold back. Rampage to your heart's desire, my sleep tids. Remember, Elbath, you created these monsters yourself. As we see St. Killingham's new design, Dragon Fruit, mythical type, model kitten, man beast form. So this design goes hard, right? Then we cut to Nami. Are there even more of them now? Jinbei, being useless, looks to me like they have gotten pretty hairy. Usopp, Master Dory, Master Broggy, what are you doing to your homeland? Wake up, you guys. Mina. Why do you guys look like that? Where's your sense of pride? As we see Broggy looking menacingly. Damn it, we can't even save the children. Now, I understand why Saul wasn't able to stop them. The children are being guarded by monsters and invisible thorns. As we see a random mother of the giants. Wake up, Bets! Ilva! I don't got time to be passing out. I'm coming to save you, boy. I don't like that boy shit. Just you wait.
Man.
That boy shit hit differently. It's giving sinners.
Nah, it's giving God of War. Boy.
Nah, it's giving sinners.
Boy.
Yo, whoever had the Killingham being a good guy stock, right?
Failed.
Whoever those theories had,
that was a thing.
Out the window.
That?
Yeah, bro. Mad people were like,
my God,
look at his clouds. Look at his clouds. They're white.
Oh my God, we were on stream with, was it Ya? Who said that? Somebody else said that. Somebody else was on stream. They think that Killingham might be a good guy.
Those stocks are out the window.
Those stocks
this
are done.
Design?
He is menacing.
Yeah, menace. Anybody with those shark teeth, can't trust them.
Well, this is Rob's first time seeing this design. So what you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing a little, you know, he got the katakuri teeth, you know what I'm saying? But shout out Killingham. I think the design is fire, honestly.
He looked like a Bleach villain.
He kind of reminds me of Saint Ethan a little bit with like the
Ethan Bear's the hybrid form. The hybrid form, like the horse vibe,
right, the centaur.
Yeah, the centaur.
But I do think he has one of the most dangerous devil fruits in One Piece right now.
Yeah,
the being able to manifest what people's nightmares are is
Kaido dreamed of creating an army of this level where like he is pulling it out of your dreams.
Right.
You know what I mean?
This guy's doing it no effort.
Low diff.
His devil fruit is wicked.
And honestly, the trident in his hand too, the design top to bottom looks absolutely
Bro,
amazing.
even got a little horn.
Yeah, man.
That's why you need that upper tier hockey to really deal with these people. You know, some people that have been prepping for the God's Knights for a very long time.
Not the big set, the double cup. Shout out to Spencer with the $1.99 super chat, stopping by for my 15 cents. Check Rob. Listen.
Oh my gosh. Shout out Spence, man. Shout out Spence. I work for Corey and Danny over at Movies.
Don't do that.
No, not true.
Hey, anybody who's been on any stream on all of YouTube, they all know, and we all know, we are on the Shonen Showdown payroll. So, Danny, take the next 2 pages.
Yes, sir. All right, so next up, we have Somers back on the radio saying, "How far shall we go, great one?" And he is staying silent. Killingham chimes in, "The playing board is entirely in our color. They will eventually crumble under the weight of their own personal demons." Emu chimes in saying, "Continue until it breaks." Until what breaks? The heart of Elbath. This country would have been subjugated years ago if not for Harold's miserable failure. Now, We're cutting towards the underworld many minutes earlier as we see Gaban falling from the sky and Chopper not far behind him screaming, "Ah! I didn't think this through. I really didn't think this through." But calm down, Chopper. You got this. You can do this. Make sure he doesn't die. Yeah! As Chopper is running through the air using
Skywalker.
is that Skywalk?
I'm just
We
calling
don't
it
know.
Sky.
Might
I'm just
be.
calling it Skywalk.
Yo,
Might be.
I've seen some people talk
He's in the
about
Gear
it. Like,
5.
oh, Chopper mastered it.
This is
Well-
like year 5.
So I'm leaving this page saying the chopper stocks are up, fellas.
I
There's
I
a
hope so.
snake in my boot.
I would hope so. But these 2 pages is just really what it's just screaming to me is that Emu, again, the whole Emu's playing games Corey thing is done. This is somebody that he's doing this just for literally
For the love of the game.
he's trying to break the heart of Elbath. This is somebody that's not playing games, just pure evil through and through. And yeah, I mean, we're seeing demonic entities popping out of the ground. Like he's literally trying to summon hell on Earth.
Well, if you're a basketball guy, I'm comparing Emu to what the hell Burton. If you're a basketball guy, Emu is moving like Tyrese Halliburton
Oh my god!
on the court right now because my man's is putting the dagger. I know Danny Danny, I know you don't know basketball stuff. You all know who Tyrese Halliburton is.
I know he's from the Pacers. He's number one.
Yeah.
We hate that man.
Yeah,
we hate that man. Za, I know you in this chat somewhere because Za is a Knicks hater, only because he's a Nets fan. So he's been rooting for the Pacers this whole playoff run. Why are you like that? Don't be like that. Be a better person. You could be better.
Man, y'all had Katie and Kyrie. Man, y'all should have. If I speak,
this is not a basketball podcast. Next stream we will do a recap on the NBA Finals because that's funny because I didn't even think about it. It was like a year ago when we had you on the official pod. We talked about the finals.
Yeah.
Time be flying.
Wow, that's crazy.
Last year, yep.
It was fine. It was fine. We was like, yo, who you got in the finals? He was like, yeah, I'm feeling Kyrie and them. They did not happen. My God, Chopper.
Knicks is 6. I can't.
Knicks is it's still Knicks in 6. It's still it's still Knicks in 6.
I think that the stocks for not only Chopper are up in these 2 pages, but again, the King Harold being a villain stocks are absolutely down.
I don't think
things are being set. You're still holding out that he's a villain?
I think that he was turned into a villain.
Yes, most likely. I feel like he used the Dami Reversi on Harold and maybe some of the other giants as well. And that's that like fight scene that we see in the castle with like the claw marks in the walls and the utter destruction and Loki killing Harold. That's probably true, but
so what I think happened more is the Harold may have had a whole situation similar to Gunko where the memory may have been blocked. And maybe at some point Harold finally got his like ish together. And that same moment we saw Gunko have where Gunko was like, Brooke, is what Harold may have had. And that may have been the exact moment where they took down Harold. That's at least where I'm going so far.
The only thing that really like is eating away at me is what relationship did Shamrock have with Harold? Why would Shamrock go visit his grave? I mean, he didn't, but Somers assumed that he did. Why would he make that assumption? Why would anybody from Mary Joie care about visiting King Harold's grave, let alone Shamrock?
Right.
That's the only thing that I cannot make any sense of.
And that's there's so much history.
Was he did he get sent to Elbath to be like a representative for the Figureland family? Did he go as like a squire for one of the giants? Like, did King Harold come to Mary Joie And Garland was like, "Take my son. He's a little bitch. He needs to learn how to fight."
Dang. Well,
Right.
well, one of the things I thought of during this is that what if Somers is not as bad as we think? Because even Somers' energy almost had me think that like maybe he thinks Emu is going too far.
Nah, bro, he's 100%
No.
an asshole.
No,
bro.
no.
What?
Every single I think every single God's Knight is either
A menace.
brainwashed to believe certain things, or this is just how they are. Like I don't think you reach the level of a God's Knight unless you are on that program. Because we see what happened with Garling being, like basically like the judge of what happens in his camp, right? Garling, there was one celestial dragon started to do something kind of nice, and Garling said, "All right, execute them. That's it.
No,
You know
no
what I mean?
trial.
No trial, nothing. Just kill them.
Judge, jury, executioner.
Yeah.
Right. So if we're seeing this type of energy, you think that Garling's like immediate camp is gonna have some people that are switching up on it? No, I don't see it. I
Dude,
think
Somers was
man,
laughing at the parents trying to save the children when they got hit by the thorns. He's over here like, look at those idiots.
Maybe
they're
Somers
on
is
it.
not the savage we thought he was. Like, I feel like right now, like, because before earlier, people were thinking like, okay, Somers is the biggest savage, and then Gunko, and then Killingham. But like after seeing Killingham's like vibe and energy, and maybe the hybrid form helps. Maybe Somers is the frailest, and he's like, all right, maybe we might be doing too much.
Okay, I don't know why you're seeing that, but it's okay. It's all right.
Yeah, nah. These people are demons, bro.
I
They're
just
demons.
I just thought he was like, hold on, calm down, Jamal. Don't pull out the 9.
No,
not this camp. Not this camp.
That's-
I'll be blown away if now it could, like I said, it could be a Domi Reversi situation, because I feel like that is the situation that happened with Gunko. Like, so it could be a situation with some of the other God's Knights, but they're on demon time though. This is not. They're with
How much do you
evil.
guys know about, like, I guess the board game itself of Reversi or Go or things like that? I don't know much about it. Like I said before, I only referenced it of seeing it in Wano during like the whole like, oh, our forces are dwindled down to this, this amount. So I don't know how the game works, but it seems like, if you have 2 black pieces in between the white pieces, it'll flip or whatever. So it's like, how much further can this possibly go? I guess.
I mean, I don't know too much on the game to even
I don't know
speak.
anything about the game.
But shout out to TLPT. I see you for the 999 super chat. We greatly appreciate it. Boa would solo every holy night, no diff. Wild, first of all. Also, Killingham is a fish man. King Harold was our Queen Lily. Sabo is like milk and men. Much love to you, goats. Damn.
All right.
So I know that
you guys thought I was crazy for the Jinbei.
That's Sabo's quote for Rob. So let's let Rob do his thing.
All right. So I don't know if this is Seb or Larry. So I'm just gonna.
I don't know.
This is probably easily one of the most blasphemous super chats I've ever seen. Boa would solo every holy night.
And you guys thought I was crazy for the Jinbei Ben Beckman thing.
That's just wrong. I don't think Larry would say that. Who's hacking? Larry, you wouldn't say that, bro.
It might be. But hold on, I don't know. It might be Larry because Seb is speaking on his personal right now. But I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on.
They might have switched up because
they probably got hacked.
I don't feel like
got hacked. I've been hacked before.
Seb would say that, bro.
I understand. So, yeah.
Look, see,
he said that was Larry.
Bro, like, I don't think Seb would say that, bro. Like,
yo, Larry don't even believe what he said.
But he just said can't hyper regen when you get bricked up. And she got Conqueror's hockey. He's not wrong.
It's the worst.
He's not wrong, though.
It's the worst.
So why is he ignoring the hockey factor? That's what I
don't care.
Larry, you're better than this. What is Larry doing? Larry,
listen. Meanwhile, you can't tell Larry nothing about Buggy. He's gonna tell you, nah, you bugging. Shut up, you stupid.
Man,
I'm crying.
Larry. My goodness.
Killing him as a fish man. Now that we've seen his face, he's got to be, right?
He
He's
looks
something.
like it,
He
but
got the teeth.
he do have the teeth, but you never know. You never know. So I'm not going to make any assumptions yet, because how fucked up would it be for you to be a fishman and all the celestial dragons and everybody in the world hating on fishmen like that?
Wow.
you
Sab,
really
I missed your super. My fault. Jinbei a pillow right now, gang. Jinbei is. I can't say nothing yet. I can't say nothing yet because like that's something for later in the chapter.
Leave
I
Jinbei
have
alone.
so much Jinbei slander right now, bro.
You really
No,
do, man.
leave
I have
Give this man
Jinbei
some
alone.
patience, bro. Patience.
Leave
Patience?
Jinbei alone.
Just like with Usopp, just the same patience we're giving
no,
Usopp in his
no,
art.
But no. Jinbei did his thing in Wano
and Whole Cake Island.
and
Whole Cake
leave
Island was
Jinbei
10 years ago.
because what did Usopp do since Dressrosa?
Exactly. I was just gonna say that.
What
Okay,
Jinbei
bet.
has
What did
more.
Jinbei
Jinbei has
do?
contributed more.
All
Way
Usopp.
more. Way more, way
Jinbei
more.
did was put
Leave
out
Jinbei
a
alone.
fire.
What are you, bro?
He's the fireman.
And he
bought
took out Who's Who.
And he took out Who's Who. Come on,
Who's
let him know, Danny.
Who is who? Who is who?
Oh my god! You
Who's
just
who's
saw him in the
who?
cover story.
Who's who?
Man.
Who's who got one-shotted in the cover story?
Who saved Luffy from
Oh my
in Marineford?
days. Who's who is
Come
a
on.
scrub. That is not a good tier of power.
Stop
Alright,
this.
bro.
Stop
He was-
this.
All right.
Larry said he got a crazy theory about killing him tomorrow. And Holy Knights got hockey like that? I mean, they do.
I'm just
We're
saying.
seeing it. We're seeing it.
Also, shout out to
Alright.
Marco, $2 super chat. My name is Corey, and Griffith was right. Listen, I didn't say Griffith was right. I didn't say.
Yo, shout out Marco.
I didn't
Yo,
say.
he always does that.
I didn't say Griffith was right. I only said I can understand how Griffith ended up making the decision Griffith made. If I was Griffith,
That's still like a
if
blasphemous thing
I
to say.
was Griffith, I'm just me. Danny, I wouldn't sacrifice you.
You can say
for the love of the
that thing.
podcast.
You could say that about anybody. If I was this person, I could understand. If I was that person, I could.
But he was
Obviously, if you were that person, you would have done the same thing.
bro.
that they
Griffith
did.
was just a baby.
If you were in
twink.
their situation.
Griffith was just a baby twink trying to make something happen.
Listen, Griffin grew up in a fucked up time
Listen,
and turned into a fucked up person.
life was hard back then.
Back then, this wasn't real life.
It was hard back then. You don't know what it's like to be born during the Game of Thrones times. During the
I
long
would
night.
never. I could never.
But how we feel about the chopper stocks right now? My boy is doing Gear 5 skywalking type vibes.
I don't think that's a skywalk. Chopper.
Oh,
I don't.
I saw Larry had a theory. He said Luffy can turn people into gear. He could give people Gear 5. He can hand them out. So,
I mean,
Dude,
we seen Naruto.
I
mean,
I was just gonna say that.
so I'm like, hey, but once I name drop Sabo, it was a problem though.
Oh my
know.
god, what do you mean?
Why wouldn't he give his brother Gear 5? Everybody else can have it. What's the problem?
I don't
Gear
want him
5
to
Sabo
give
coming soon?
anybody.
Why
Gear
do you
5.
want
I don't-
Sabo to win so bad?
Because I think characters that get disrespected for no reason should have somebody defending them.
But
That's what I'm
like,
here
is
for.
Sabo getting
That's
disrespected
what
for
I'm
no
here for.
reason, or is he getting disrespected
Yes.
for a reason?
Yes, he's getting disrespected for no reason.
What is the no
Absolutely.
reason? What has Sabo done to deserve respect?
See, and that's my point.
Corey, I mean,
That's-
did you not
that's my
watch
point.
Dressrosa?
I did
That's my
watch
point.
Dressrosa.
What you just said, Corey, is my point.
What
Y'all are
has
sitting
Sabo
here,
really
Whenever
done?
Sabo does something, y'all just turn the TV off.
Oh
y'all
my
burn the-
god! I'm not
the
even a
manga
Sabo
panel,
hater,
you
bro. I
burn
think
the
Sabo's
page.
better than Ace, bro. Like, I just don't understand. Like, what has Sabo done to deserve the immediate respect? Like, that he's that guy,
I mean, he tried to sneak Emu in his own castle,
and he
bro.
got cooked.
Listen,
No one else did that. And he got away though.
everybody in the universe is
He
getting
got
cooked in
away.
that scenario. Everybody. This is like me saying, like, oh, dang, Grand Zeno snapped and erased you. Like, everybody's going to lose in that scenario.
I'm
The fact that
just.
the fact
He
all right,
hasn't earned Glaze
we could go
yet.
through a whole
Like,
essay.
I
could go through a
understand
whole
defending
essay. I have
him, but-
videos
But like,
defending Sabo,
Sabo's
like,
not in Glaze territory yet. He's just like,
which is crazy for me. This is one of my biggest things is that when Sabo subbed in for Luffy and Dressrosa.
Oh my
What?
God! What do you mean? What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say, bro? Go ahead.
There was no slippage in strength, Corey. None. No, nobody was like, "Dang, man, this can't be Luffy. He's weaker." No, nothing of the sort. There was no slippage in strength. It was a perfect swap.
If
Everybody
anything,
was
he looks
like,
cleaner.
and you see, Danny, nobody ever gave him respect for that.
Dude, the
Nobody
Dragon
ever gave him
Claw?
respect for holding off
The
Burgess.
Dragon Claw move.
Yes, yep. Nobody
Y'all
ever gave
Wallace.
Fujitora on the first day. Fujitora had his devil fruit since
Fujitora's
19 how
not
long?
even. Oh my
Sabo just got his devil fruit.
Fujitora's
that
a
same
fraud.
day.
That's the
He's
the
an
worst.
admiral, bro. What are you
He's
talking
a fraud.
about?
He's a
Now
draft
Fujitora
pick.
is a fraud.
He's a desperate
Oh.
draft pick.
Are you gonna call
from
Rio
when the world
Kyogu a
was in
fraud too?
turmoil. Who?
Rio Kyogu, the
Green
other
Bull?
admiral, Green Bull.
Green Bull is also a fraud.
Okay, bro. No,
Oh
come on,
my
bro.
God!
They're
What are you
admirals,
talking about?
bro.
These guys are picked up in regards to a desperate time in the world where they said, "Well, we got to promote somebody, so we got to hire some scrubs."
Scrubs is asinine.
He was scared of
Scrubs?
Doflamingo. He was scared of Doflamingo, bro.
Who?
I don't know what Corey's talking
What's
about
his
because the last time I
Gravity
checked,
boy?
Fujitora was talking.
Fujitora.
Fujitora was talking spicy to Akainu.
Fujitora
So,
was
I don't know.
scared of Doflamingo. He said, "I don't
No,
got
he-
this."
Oh man.
All right.
Oh
Wow,
man.
y'all gonna lie. That's crazy.
That
Seth,
One
I
Piece
see you with
talk-
the super chat.
Yo.
Killingham is better. Killingham is bigger anime Uncle Tom than Itachi. That's wild. That's crazy. He is-
If he is a fishman, yeah.
The racism
True,
is prevalent.
If he is, yeah. If he is,
And now I don't know who I'm switching between because now TOPT with the $4.99 super chat. Thank you guys.
don't believe
Sabo
that.
is short for sabotaging.
Damn,
Yo,
Sabo
why
hates
is-
real.
Yo,
Why
honestly, if there was one guy I wanted to get the sneak, it's Sabo. Sabo is really good at sneaking. He's part of the sneaking nation.
Oh my god, the sneaking nation.
Yo,
nice,
I
nice reference.
can't wait. I already think Sabo's had more than enough moments to prove himself, but I can't wait until like the peak moment of Sabo's career, so I could talk.
Bro, he already
I'ma
had
talk-
his peak. He already had
No,
his
he
peak.
did not.
Yes,
What do you
he
I'm a-
did.
no, he
when?
did
What
not.
do you?
When he
Why
was
do you
in
want-
emo in the
Why do you
chamber.
want
That was his
That's
peak.
his
let me ask-
peak.
That was
Let me
his
ask
peak.
y'all a question. Why do you guys want Luffy's? And I'm not saying you, Danny. I'm saying Corey and all the other Sabo disrespectful people out there.
I just think
Why
the
do y'all
flame
want
fruit's not
Luffy's
lit.
brother to be Cheeks? Can I ask that seriously?
I
Why do you
just
want Luffy's
think
brother
that the
to be-
flame fruit is cheeks.
we didn't even get to see.
Yo.
Ace did not. I'm gonna tell you right now.
He didn't
Sabo
awaken it
is
because
doing
he's
more-
cheeks.
I'm just letting you know. Sabo's going to do more with the devil fruit, and he already has done more with the devil fruit than than Ace.
I hope so,
That's
bro.
facts.
I hope so. Because
Flame
right
Emperor
now,
title.
the flame fruit, the fire, whatever you want to call it, is looking like it's mediocre in the grand scheme of things. So good luck. You better your Dragon Claw better be on fleek.
Oh man,
Wow, bro. All right.
And I don't
We'll
even
see.
use fleek. I haven't used fleek since 2015.
man.
I haven't used that word in a
Oh,
decade.
this is terrible. See,
Mark-
Marco's loving this. and that's
Marco,
the problem.
$2 super chat. Kaido and Rayleigh versus Shanks and Mihawk. Who wins Prime?
Kaido and
Rayleigh.
Rayleigh.
Solo. Easily.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Prime.
People be sleeping on Kaido.
Prime. I'll
Kaido
probably
Prime. People be sleeping on Kaido Prime.
hold on.
Prime Kaido is not like what we seen in God Valley. That's the in between that we ain't seen.
But
on
could
screen.
Mihawk take Kaido? Because
No.
Odin almost watched him.
No.
Odin almost watched him. So where are we putting Odin next to Mihawk?
No. 8 times over. No. Mihawk will get cooked Raime Hake by Kaido.
I think that's where I'm having a hard time. I could see a world where Rayleigh can beat Shanks for sure. I could see it.
I think the
Prime?
Well, Rayleigh's never shown us a divine departure, but I think if you're talking Prime Rayleigh, considering he's been in the camp of like, you know, Garp, Roger. He's been on God Valley. Like, you know, we're seeing characters of this magnitude. Prime really was a beast. And I feel like him, especially, I feel like it's the thing that's tough for me about this one is I think Prime Shanks is stronger than Prime Kaido for me.
I would agree.
I do.
What?
I do.
What is technically Prime Shanks? 2 hands, 1 hand?
No. It's there's a difference in hockey, and the fact that Kaido himself has even said it. The fact that Kaido didn't even go to Marine Ford. There's so many things that point to us that give us the nudge that like Kaido doesn't have the same view. As like if Kaido's looking at Luffy or something like that. Remember, we saw Kaido's Fab Five too, of people that he felt like, and Shanks' face was in there. So we already know that Kaido respects Shanks on an elite level. But I think when you're talking about a pure display of hockey mastery, as great as Kaido is, I think Shanks has displayed much better hockey feats on paper. And it's a matter of Kaido even saying that like hockey transcends all. I think as great as he is base stats wise, like obviously he's more durable. He has some bigger attacks. You know, he has a devil fruit. I think Shanks's hockey will be the deciding factor.
Dude, Shanks's observation hockey can cancel other people's future sight.
Right. Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
Dude, he can take someone out of a transformation from miles away.
Oh my god!
But what's crazy is TOPT is saying Kaido beats Shanks and Mihawk. No,
100%. I mean, what are we saying
Larry,
right now?
what?
Larry lost his
Listen,
mind.
I respect.
So did Corey.
I respect both of you
They lost
guys with all my heart. I love you guys. I appreciate everything you have to say. But y'all are fucking wrong. Y'all are
You're
so
saying
wrong.
you really think Kaido could take
actually lost
Shanks?
Kaido in his prime?
When
dude, you lost it.
Shanks was like, oops, I barely got him to stop coming to Marine Ford. And that was
barely.
That was Shanks' prime.
Dude,
Yo,
he
what do you
came
mean, barely?
not a scratch on him at Marine Ford.
Oh my days.
Yo,
y'all are wild.
You know what's
bro.
crazy to me?
Why are we disrespecting Kaido?
Why didn't Kaido one-shot Kid while he was on the roof?
Because he wasn't worried about Kid.
Because he was.
He wasn't worried about Kid. Now.
I do think it's because he was
worried about Mugiwara no Luffy.
Oh, okay. And what happened to him because of that? Now he's in the lava.
Kid
That's
was a side character,
Shanks
my guy. Don't do that.
One hit KO. And you got to remember, it wasn't just Captain Kid. His whole crew got collateral damage.
Pulling Kid.
Are we serious?
Pulling Kid as a state of defense means you're desperate.
No, it's just a reference.
Kid,
it's just a reference.
Killer, Heat, Wire, they're all in the bottom. They're in Davy Jones' locker because of one attack. One attack.
You think Kaido couldn't have done that to them by himself?
I'm asking.
Kaido got jumped by like 20 dudes.
But
in that act, Kaido could have one-shotted all of Kid's crew.
Challenged an entire war. What are we talking about? And was
both sides. Both sides, bro.
Both sides.
No, that was
Blackbeard
Aura only. He only stopped it off Aura only.
Shanks
had no confidence.
Sengoku? Hold on, Corey. So Sengoku and Blackbeard said, all right, you know what? Bet, let's do it. You think Shanks is going to turn and run?
They folded off Aura only.
Garp was there too.
Aura only.
Was there too.
Aura only Aura.
But he has the aura because everyone knows that he could back it up.
They tried their best as a group.
Sun Jinwoo could never.
As a coalition, they could have took Shanks down, bro.
No, I don't believe.
Yeah,
so.
see, hold on. Seb said it for me. Larry be like hockey over everything, but then say Kaido over Shanks. That's facts. I don't know why Larry has Kaido over Shanks. It makes no sense.
It's Kaido over Shanks, bro.
No, that's wild.
Better hockey than Kaido.
I can't believe you guys
on every front.
You think Shanks solos Kaido?
Shanks has better hockey than Kaido on every front, bro.
Like Rob said, Kaido said it himself.
No.
Hockey is everything.
Oh
he has better hockey than Kaido on everything.
I've never met two men I respected so much be so wrong.
I don't know why.
That's not a hot take. I don't think that's a hot take. Shanks over Kaido.
Seb with the $4.99 super chat. Thank you. 3 of the worst fictional tropes are used to make Sabo's character.
Oh,
1,
back to Sabo.
long lost brother. 2, amnesia. 3, fake death. F Sabo, face so punchable. Hashtag F Sabo. Damn.
Seb, all I'm
I
gonna say
didn't
is
think he
keep
was gonna
that
cook your boy like
same
that.
energy. Keep that same energy, bro. As the series continues, keep that. Yo, I can't wait when Dragon gets his moment too, because Dragon's another one I guess
I'm
very
begging. I
disrespected.
want it so bad, bro.
The amount of people
I don't think Dragon's a fraud. I don't think
it's
Dragon's a
going to
fraud.
be nasty. It's gonna be what?
Yeah,
It's gonna be
no.
nasty outside, yo.
I just want Dragon to do
I
something.
have
I don't think he's a
receipts.
fraud.
There's like, yeah, and he will turn up. And Sabo too. Sabo too is gonna turn up. The Flame Emperor. Listen, they asked Oda in a Q&A. They asked him. They said, "Yo, what's going on with Sabo? Like is he nice? Like what's going on?" Oda literally said, "Yo, he's been training every single day. Every single day, Sabo."
And where did it get
in
him?
the Q&A?
All this work,
every
and
single
what
day.
did it get me?
So all I'm saying is Oda's not gonna say that and then have Sabo get one shot by Jack or something. So, hey,
dude, the
y'all
Sabo
hate
feats are
Sabo?
coming. The Sabo feats are coming.
Yo,
they're
Sean,
on the way.
Yo,
They're on the
Sean,
way.
I
Don't
see
switch
you.
up.
Sean, I see you in the chat, always ganging up on my guy, Danny. Kid stands will rise up. The fact that you are a kid stand, I hate that.
Oh,
for
that's a sad camp to be in, bro. But he knows it. He knows it.
He knows. He's just fighting a losing battle. Being a kid stand is sad.
Oh yeah.
But who got the next shit?
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
I was just gonna tell Seb.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna tell Seb because he said I can't refute what he said. I mean, the amnesia is the only thing that I'll give him. Sabo like having the amnesia, like, oh, I forgot I had a brother. I agree. That was kind of whatever. But everything else about Sabo's character is solid and valid. You're just hating on him for that. It's crazy. Kind of crazy to me.
I don't hate on Sabo's writing and his introduction. Like, I think it was done fairly. But I just think the flame fruit is just garbage. Unless it awakens and turns into a mother flame, what are we doing?
But you're not even giving him the opportunity to
mother
do so.
flame.
Y'all just killing him.
If the flame fruit don't turn into a mother flame, what do we do it for? What is it for?
Bro, fire's a primordial energy, bro. It's the
bro. This is
breath
not
of life.
Avatar. This is not Avatar.
All right, bro.
All right. This next page, me.
Yeah, man.
Okay. So we have Chopper and Scopper Gaban, who said he's also on that level of, we can get to that later.
Your boy
they
Chopper
crash. they crash. Then we hear guard point. Now we're still in the underworld. If you want answers, then beg me for them. Hadrudin. Or I also heard Hyrudin, however you want to pronounce it.
Hadrudin.
Yeah. You killed my father, Loki. And then we're seeing everybody's kind of like in that campsite in the underworld. He was my father too. And yet that didn't stop you from ending his life. Knock it off, Hadrudin. Hey, Chopper. Wait, no. Hey, Chopper just fell down from above. Huh? I heard something. Did you see him? Nah. Okay. And now we have this dope panel where we have Road, Loki, Luffy, Sanji, Zoro, Hadrudin. They're all talking and eating. True, it does seem like something just came down from above. It was beyond the mountains. Say, how did I know it was Chopper? Someone else is with him. They're weakened. I see your reaction, Corey. All right. Then we see Sanji saying, that sounds pretty bad then. Did they fall all the way from the sun world above? And then Zoro says, we got to go search for them. You're not leading the search because you'll get lost.
Oh, yeah.
Sir.
Now,
Sir.
Now, I just like, there's a lot of aura coming from this panel. A lot of goats. They look like they're ready to go. And this is what I was saying earlier, is that the resistance is coming. Now, whether it will be enough, I don't think it will be. I think it's going to be a similar situation to Egghead. We box a little bit. Oh, this is too much for us to handle. Let's jet. That's what it's
get out of
like
here,
right
bro.
now. Or Dragon makes his move and the Revolutionary Army pulls up. But as Danny said, they're in the Holy Land right now. There's stuff going on over there. Maybe it's Blackbeard. We don't know. So I don't know if they're gonna make their way over here yet.
We
I mean,
we can't. Everything that's going on currently in Egghead, not Egghead, golly,
Elbaf.
oh my god, how is time flying like this? It's because I'm watching the anime and I'm crying every Sunday about this Kuma backstory. So I'm over here like, oh, fighting through my pain. But everything that's happening in Elbaf right now, we can't. This is why I'm calling the Straw Hats the fourth weakest of the four Yonko's
Yonko.
crews. They don't got it right now, bro. They don't have this. There is no world unless Oda pulls the magical string theory for them to get out of here. They have to run. We can't win this one-on-one. And even if we did win it one-on-one, Luffy finding us a way to currently take down this current situation undermines everything that Emu represents. So narratively, we can't get through this arc.
I
mean,
think.
at the end of the day,
I think. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Emu is on Wi-Fi right now. It's not even like his full power. It's only like
Right.
a fraction of what he can do.
Yeah.
Honestly, the God's Knights, we don't even know like what ranking system they use, if they use any, if they're all on the same tier. Like Killingham, Somers, Gunko, we don't know how strong they are in comparison to everything else. So, like, for all we know, he could have sent C Squad out there onto the front lines. And then the Giants, we don't know how they got bigger. They look scarier, but we don't know how much stronger they are from their previous selves.
Yeah, you don't know if it's an automatic power up. You just think it's a
That's
a look change, a new fit.
Yeah,
right. That's a very good point. That's a very good point, though. That like, yeah, the team of God's Knights we have right here, like they could be the C Squad because there's many more left. And as we know, Shamrock was told to return back to the Holy Land. So Shamrock wasn't even.
That's varsity.
Yeah. If that's what I was trying to say earlier, though. I was like, yo, if Shamrock were there, if Shamrock was still here,
it's a whole different.
Think Emu pulls up.
It's a whole different ball game. It's a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
Emu doesn't show up.
True.
Emu doesn't pull up.
Emu doesn't pull up. I mean, Marco got me scared right now because he said, sadly, Kid could show up if he's alive. Please.
That is true.
Please, I'm begging you, Ichiro Oda.
Wow.
Keep useless Captain Kid dead. Please.
You're forgetting one of the core rules of One Piece. If it is not shown, sir, it is not official.
I know. Like, you're right.
That would be
like
wild.
You're right. Like, you, Danny.
He would not help, though. He would not help.
But,
Let
like,
me just
please,
say.
just keep him dead.
So you think Big Mom and Kaido are dead?
No.
I would prefer.
I believe that
if anybody
Big
came
Mom,
back, it's Big Mom.
Yes.
I don't want Kaido
I believe
to come
that
back.
Big Mom killed Kaido, took his energy so that, yes, I believe that in a weakened
In
state.
the lava?
Yes. I could believe that Big Mom betrayed Kaido, took his life force in order to get herself out of a sticky situation, because we kept seeing Kaido saying, yo, you dirty, dirty witch. I'm waiting for you to betray me. Don't think I didn't forget how you actually are. And it would make sense for that to happen at the very end when both of them are in a really sticky situation.
Well, that's not the relationship I got from them. The relationship I got from them, even with like taking into account the anime adaptation currently, is that they really do bang with each other. But like Big Mom gives the energy of like, you still owe me though, little nigga. Like you still like, I'm still your OG. You still owe me a little bit of something. I got you
from the Rocks Pirates days.
Yeah, like
she gave him the devil fruit.
Yeah, like she's never like given the point of like she thinks he's a scumbag. More like, I'm still your OG though, right? Like if you ever watch like Power or BMF, one of those shows, that's the energy I'm getting.
Yeah, I can see that.
But can we talk about Chopper's guard point?
Yeah, what about it? He's got it. He used it.
No, what do you mean he used it? Do you see how big, bro? This is Elbaf. Do you see how big that guard point is?
Yeah,
that ain't no
maybe
casual.
Maybe he went into monster point and then used guard point. Maybe he's finally able to like, I don't know, gigantify himself and use all those other different points he was able to use before.
Well, I see it as the Chopper stocks being up because that same guard point held off Saint Saturn. with a poisonous
Oh.
sting.
Right, back in Egghead Island.
Like, I thought that was ridiculous then when he did it. I was like, how did Chopper hold that off? But now that I'm seeing that Chopper was able to fill a whole Elbath mountain with his guard point,
Yeah.
Elite.
everybody,
I wonder when that training took place.
I mean, obviously the two trashiest Straw Hats right now currently is Jinbei and Usopp.
Oh my god, bro.
What do you mean?
Okay. Well, you and the Jinbei hate,
Leave
bro. You and the
Jinbei
Jinbei
out of this.
slander,
Well,
bro.
like,
Just
what-
Usopp, dog.
What do we? No, bro. Jinbei's just as useless as Usopp. If ain't
You're
Oh
ridiculous.
my god.
You're
Are you
ridiculous.
serious?
just as
Dude.
current this arc currently.
You got to give this one little time to cook. This is supposed to be Usopp's
No,
arc.
let's not
by
get
the
into
way.
this. Let's not get into
This
this
is
again.
lit. All right,
Let's-
all right, all right.
let's-
This is
Corey,
Jinbei.
We've been
has-
through this.
No,
Yeah, this is literally
because
supposed to be
Rob ain't been
Usopp's
through
arc,
this.
by the way.
Jinbei,
It's supposed to be Usopp's arc, by the way.
Is it
Literally.
It's Brooks' arc now. It's everybody's
Yeah,
arc, but Usopp and Jinbei's.
Just Usopp, man. Usopp
No.
still hasn't done anything.
Nami's screaming at Jinbei, do something. I'm screaming at Jinbei, do something. Oda is screaming at Jinbei to do something.
Let Jinbei cook, man.
Dude,
I'm telling you.
If you're saying Oda's saying Jinbei do something, then that just means Oda's setting him up to do greatness. You
To
should
put
know
out
that by now.
fires at best with
Oh
Raizo.
my days. All
Raizo
right.
was safe. He's a fireman. He's just Wheezy F baby, and that's it.
All right. You want to take the next two?
Unbelievable. Yeah.
It's Corey.
Oh, it's me? Oh, bet. Hey, Gerd and Goldberg, you got anything on your wish list? Like someone's head or some jewels? Or, oh, sure. We got wishes? What did I say? Oh, he got lists. That's why. But we're not unlocking your cuss, Loki. Damn. Bunch of goody two shoes. Urgh. Hello, Loke. As we see the Denden Mushi ring. Better. Gotcha. Shaggy, listen, I'm busy right now. Call back later. Don't worry. It won't take long. As a matter of fact, I'm too busy. Just one thing. Huh? Fine. Just keep your voice down. I wasn't able to tell you earlier, but I will be unable to call you for a while, I think. Huh? What do you mean? At first, I found it frightening, but the more you and I talked, the more our conversations became a source of solace to me. So, I wanted to express my gratitude. Hey, what's going on? Don't tell me. Are you in danger again somehow? I'm fine. Don't worry. Where are you? I just wanted to say thank you for everything. Wait. Hey, Shaggy. Gotcha. Damn it. What are you looking at? I'm glad to know that you have a friend, as Gerd looks at Loki, to keep you company here in the lonely underworld. Don't you dare tell anyone. Hey, Gerd, prepare your medical supplies, as we see the crew running back. Mr. Yaz hurt badly. Huh? I guess everyone really loves this guy, huh? As Luffy looks over GYABAN. You're lucky that Chopper was here to save you. Good job, Chopper. What? Oh, gosh. You can't butt it like that, you jerk.
I'm happy you were able to read that with the Chopper stocks being up and everything.
Yeah, the Chopper stocks have been up, bro. He's out here. He's out here.
So who do we think Shaggy is? Off the top of your guys' head. I know there's a lot of theories going on out there right now.
I have like two thoughts.
Go ahead.
My first thought, easy answer, Ja Rule. Uneasy answer, it might be one of the girls, say. I don't know which one. I don't know which one is sus. But like, they got beards, right? You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to like think about the representation of the Dendamushi and the fact that we have the context of knowing like Ish is hitting the fan in Mary Joie. So it's like, okay, maybe the person on the Dendamushi is like, yeah, things are going crazy right now, so I can't talk to you. I don't know who it is from the Mary Joie. My easy guess, Venus Juro, but like Venus Juro doesn't have a beard like that. It could easily just be Garling. You know what I mean? Garling with the beard. I don't know. That's at least where I'm leaning. Yeah, I don't know exactly. The Dendemushi has thrown me off all arc, so I can't even lie to you. What do you think, Danny or Rob?
I think it's Ja Rule. I've heard the theory that it could be somebody from Mari Joie, because the hint that this person is in danger and they don't have a long time left. We know Mary Joie's on fire right now and shit's going down.
Mhm.
So, that would add context to the situation. I think that's a little bit of a stretch because now we have to explain how someone in the Celestial and Dragon crew became pen pals with Loki and why, like who set that up for them.
Right.
And honestly, Marco in the chat right now is saying the owl from the library, which, I could see that. I could see that. Maybe the owl like flew by and found Loki and was like,
I don't know, man. I mean, the owl's giving like choo choo energy. I
There
don't think the owl's
is,
that
because
important.
didn't they say that Loki was like, friends with like the animals in the underworld and stuff
True.
too? So
That's a
like
very good
maybe
point.
it's a thing where, he's connected to the owl in some way. Which
Yeah, maybe
dang,
the owl knows him from his childhood or something.
or something. Yeah.
And actually, the library's on fire. The owl library is on fire too. So yeah, honestly, that's actually not a bad idea. Marco just said could be the owl because of the way Shaggy is talking to Loki sounds almost way too different. Plus, wouldn't Loki already be familiar with Ja Rule? Yeah, I don't know.
That's
I think it depends on like if Ja Rule wants to be caught or like if he feels some type of shame towards the situation. Maybe he doesn't have the cojones to like really talk to bro face to face after everything that happened, especially because like it seems like if One Piece is a story that totally goes against our expectations of how the story is told and goes against things that like, oh, you think Cobra is a bad person, but he's actually not a bad person, he's actually a good person. This could lead into Ja Rule being like, I don't feel comfortable talking to you who's taking the blame for everything as myself under this pseudonym, right? And even with this, Gerd and Goldberg don't seem 100% confused by the fact that Loki is talking to somebody. Like, given all the history they know about Loki, they should be a little bit more confused that anybody would be speaking to him in this moment. So maybe they've been found out. And I seen this on, I think, I can't believe, I don't know if it's O'Hara or Grand Line's video, where it's like maybe they been knew that like Loki's actually not that bad a person, especially because even how Gerd has been handling this whole situation. Only
Yeah, she's like,
Hodgson
she's like, I'm happy you have a friend.
yeah, like Hodgson is the only person that's like still on some like, yo, you ain't ish. But like they're maybe trying to protect him to keep that energy because it's just like, all right, well, it doesn't really do you any good if you knew the truth or if you knew that something else was afoot. Maybe they don't know all the details. I don't know. This whole Harold, Ja Rule, and Loki situation, there's much more going on here.
I
So
cannot wait to find out.
Yeah, me too. The same thing.
All right. I'll take the last two.
Yep. Rob, you got this.
Okay. Wow, there's a lot going on here. Okay.
He's like,
all right.
He said, why'd you do this to me?
No. I'm just saying this looks fire. Okay. So here we have Luffy. Wait, am I on the right thing?
Yeah.
Make sure. Okay, yeah, I am. All right. So now we have Luffy yelling, "What? This old guy? He was on the King of the Pirates crew. He sailed with Roger and Rayleigh. Yup. Say his name, GYABAN. He and Dark King Rayleigh were known as the wings of the King of the Pirates. Okay. I assume he was the third strongest on the crew. What? So he was a huge pirate, huh? That would explain why he was so tough. And it means he knows Shanks. Come on now. Look, Luffy putting stuff together. I love it. So we see them. I think it's the rest of the crew's in shock. Hadrian is in shock. Look, he's trying to say something. What is it, Mr. Ya? second strongest. he seems really fixated on that detail. Yo, I can't believe he found that energy just to hold up
Bro
the two
said,
and be
bro
like, yo,
said, y'all not about to agenda piece me.
yeah.
Y'all not about to agenda piece me.
I love it. I love it.
This was
He
for the
said
power
prime.
scalers.
He said, Marco, change it to Prime Scopper and Kaido versus. Hey man, I feel you. I love that. That's very Sanji and Zoro fighting back and forth. I love it. It's good to see you awake again, Mister Ya. How could this have happened to you? Oh, about that. There's huge trouble going on up there. Luffy, listen up, everyone. So this is Chopper telling everybody what's going on. The children were taken hostage by a couple of bad guys, and nobody can do anything to stop them. There are giant monsters rampaging around, and we see looks like a hockey shockwave is going on right now. Going all out throughout the lands of Elbaf. Get your hockey up. If your hockey's not up, you're cooked. All right? Hockey transcends all. GYABAN is reacting to it. Ugh, no, that hockey. And then Zoro and Sanji look up. Everybody's looking. I don't even know how to make that sound effect.
Get down.
And then
Chopper.
get down. My word. And then Hadruna is saying, everyone get back on the lift. We're returning to the Sun World. Elbaf's in danger. Luffy's like, I get the idea. Save your breath, Chopper. And then Loki's saying, whose preposterous hockey is that? Looks like you're going to need me after all. Okay. So now everybody's ready to be in the mix, which is what I really, really want.
They are cooked.
They are definitely gonna release Loki.
Yeah.
They got no Luffy's gonna look at Harjun and be like, bro, I don't care. I don't care. We're releasing this man.
Yeah. You gotta let him free. We about to be cooked.
And Loki's ready to fight. He's like, no, I rested up. You guys fed me. Let's go. I'm ready.
Well,
I like it.
Right.
Loki knew what time it was from the beginning of all this, right? He's been kind of giving them the heads up because, like, this moment currently is like the exact minute. So the hockey coming down is the exact moment where Emu inhabits Gunko's body. So that's the hockey they're currently feeling.
Mm-hmm.
It was that panel. So this is like a little bit of a couple minutes.
Flashback.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a couple minutes back. So this isn't like another hockey flash from Emu. This is the original hockey flash from Emu that they're like, Nani, what is that? So because when I read last chapter, the first thing in my mind was, where are these bozos? How is this all happening and nobody felt nothing?
Nobody felt, exactly.
And this is that moment. You know what I mean? So this fills in that gap for people like me who are trying to find all the frauds.
Yeah, I'm glad Oda showed us that little cut back to like a few minutes earlier of them reacting to the hockey, because it also just speaks volumes of the level of hockey that Emu is displaying here, for them to feel it miles down in the underworld and for them to be able to feel the intensity of it.
Yeah.
This is what I've been trying to tell people, man. Hockey, man.
But shout out to GYABAN in this page, bro. This man,
number 2,
hilarious.
Number 2,
I actually laughed out loud when I read that.
Yeah, this
stands on his deathbed. He's like, no. Just his son is about to die.
He said,
Elbaf's gonna take it over.
Don't you dare call me number 3, bitch. He said, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Not in front of my. You gonna embarrass me in front of my friends?
But like that, and we're not gonna get into it now, but that does open up the conversation. Like, where was he with Rayleigh? You know, like where were they?
I think it's similar to Zoro and Sanji. That's what I believe.
I don't think he really. I hate to like give this W to like P and Joe. Well, not P, more Joe.
Oh, Press is in here, by the way.
Yeah, P is here. I see him out here.
What's good?
So I hate to give this W to Joe, but like we know, like Zoro is the guy, right? Scalper is basically our representation to be like, no, I'm not number 4. I'm number 2. Because the same way they did my boy Grimy in the beginning of this arc. They made Sanji number 4. Based on everything you've seen, Sanji's not number 4.
But let's say this though, right? And to be fair to Rayleigh, right? Rayleigh's never been in a situation that called for this level of hockey output. But
True.
we see that Scalper has shown us that there's levels to hockey.
Ooh, so you buying into it. You believe.
The ability to halt the regeneration of the God's Knights is something that we have not seen from any character except for Scalper. So there's another level of hockey that needs to be achieved. Maybe Scalper teaches Luffy down there before they go up next chapter. We don't know what's going to happen. But that's something that he needs. And I'm not saying Rayleigh can't do it, but if Rayleigh can't do it, some tough conversations need to be had. Because yes, you need to be able to cut the Gorosei or the God's Knights if you want to be number 2 standing next to Roger. Absolutely.
Well, it's not looking good for Jinbei, as your boy Mr. Music Major says himself. Jinbei is like number 6 at this point.
Oh,
I'm glad
man.
somebody else is with me.
And as far as what, team contribution or power?
Bro,
What are we
all right.
talking about?
In Elbaf, everybody has done something but Usopp and Jinbei. That's just how I feel.
What's Brook done? And I'm just asking. I'm asking.
I am buying in early on the Brook stocks, right?
See,
the Brook stocks are early buy-in because whatever's about to happen with this backstory.
What's Nami done?
Nami went crazy in the Road Castle.
She hit
Zeus.
a cat with lightning?
She went crazy, bro. Why you hating on the power-up?
I'm
She
not.
was going crazy.
All right, bro. I'm just...
Zeus.
Okay.
Nami went crazy with Zeus. Robin went crazy against Soma.
Robin went crazy. Yeah,
Okay.
Robin
went crazy against Soma, even though she lost, right? She still went crazy. Chopper is shown to be competent this whole arc, right?
Frankie
found the mural. And he's in a poly couple.
My thing is I'm not here to argue whether Jinbei has done his fair share in this arc or not, because I believe it. Like, Jinbei has not done enough in Elbaf yet. Where I have an issue is that people are ready to slander Jinbei like he has not been putting in work this entire time. You offer Jinbei that grace when somebody of his magnitude has been literally showing up dang near every single arc.
Whole cake, though. You talking about whole cake
We're
feats?
talking about
whole cake feats?
Wano.
What Wano feats? He put out a fire. He put out a fire with
Raizo.
Raizo did more of the lifting there, bro.
I don't want to keep talking about Jinbei, bro.
Okay.
This is like, you guys. It's
why
crazy.
Are you defending Jinbei? Why do y'all care about defending Jinbei? It's okay if he's a scrub.
He's not a scrub.
He was literally a warlord, bro. Like,
so was Gecko Warrior.
Yeah, and Gecko. All right. They're not punks, bro. They're not nobodies. You can't say they're nobodies. You're over here hoping that any ex-warlord joins Cross Guilds so that they could get clout, so they could get stronger, so that they could not be the weakest.
Sounds like a hater.
No, I'm making sense out of madness.
Cross Guild in 5. Yo, Straw Hat, Red Rat, Black Cat, Cross Guild in 5. We're dragging
That's terrible. That's terrible. That's so terrible. I know you don't believe this. You don't believe this.
Cross Guild in 5. If you think that
Cross Guild in 5, bro,
I'm telling you, bro, y'all hating.
All right, what are we giving this chapter on a scale of 1 to 10?
Calm, like, I'll give it like an 8.5.
We don't do point systems. We don't do halves over here, so we don't do wholes. So you gotta give us your wholehearted. I'm giving it a 7. It's a 7. It's a 7 out of 10 for me.
No, I'll probably give it an 8. I'll give it an 8.
I would a solid 8.
It's a 7 to me. It's nothing. Enough didn't happen to me for me here. It was cool to see Killingham's dope like design. Um, I already knew that the Chopper stocks were up prior. This just confirmed that Chopper really is somehow able to guard point his way through everything, whether it be Saturn and Egghead and dropping from the sun realm all the way down to the underworld. But we knew that like a lot of this was inevitable. So that's why I'm like, yeah, this is a 7. I don't feel that crazy about what happened in this chapter.
Well, I believe it's an 8 because I think that getting confirmation on how the people get turned from normal giants to demon giants, by it being a board game, I thought was very important. Us be seeing the visualization of that happening.
Yeah, that board game thing might definitely come into play heavier than we definitely realize, because as Americans, we don't know the game. So
so that was a very important piece of information. Seeing Killingham and how vicious he is. Is he a fishman? Is he not? What's the discourse there? Seeing again what Chopper did with guard point, saving Rayleigh at the end, and then the comedy that we get with Rayleigh was great. Love it. And then you also have to take into consideration the artwork. This panel of Luffy and the gang reacting to Chopper falling down.
Oh yeah,
great. And also, we actually didn't talk about this, but the fact that Luffy's questioning how he knew that was Chopper falling down.
Is this the voice of all things, or is this
what is it?
Hockey? What is this?
Yeah,
I think it's hockey. I think it's hockey.
Even I think it could be the voice of all things. He was confused. I think it could be the voice of all things. I think maybe he heard Chopper. He like felt his presence coming down in a sense of panic, and he just felt it.
Him not being able to identify why he knew, like him questioning me, he's like, "Oh, why did I know that was Chopper?" Makes me lean into voice of all things territory, which also makes me lean into Loki an ancient weapon, right?
Is who?
Loki. Is Loki
an
part
ancient
of
weapon?
Is he part of the ancient? Well, the only other people we've seen part of like voice of all things territory in the current timeline is Momonosuke and
Roger.
I guess Shirahoshi. Current timeline. I said current timeline.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Roger's dead. So like those are the only other 2 people we've seen somewhat related to voice of all things territory. So why wouldn't Loki be possibly part of that, right? We've seen the mural, we've seen the giant walking with whoever Joy Boy was back then, right? Alongside them. And we also seen a giant mermaid person in that mural. So what removes that from a possibility? You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, fair.
Yeah, first no counting it out. Cooking today. Yeah.
I'm trying my best, man. Listen, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I missed a lot of shots tonight, but I'm trying my best.
I had a lot of enjoyment in this chapter. I think it's definitely an 8 out of 10. I think there's a lot to chew on here. It is a break week. We don't have a chapter next week.
Break.
But I'm very surprised we even got this chapter, because last chapter was a doozy as well. Honestly, we got 3 great back-to-back chapters.
Yeah,
things are progressing, and I think that it's not going to be long until we see everybody in the underworld come up to the surface.
Yeah,
I give it another chapter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like at this point, it's like, yo, when are we gonna finally get into the backstory? I'm like, I've never fiend in all like the arcs of going through One Piece. I've never been like, can you hurry up and get to the backstory, Oda? Like, can you hurry up?
It's not gonna happen until Loki confronts Gunku Imu.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh my God, it's happening again. Look at Dory and Brogy. There's going to be a clash, and then boom, flashback.
We need something. I mean, eventually it's going to come where we get the clarification of everything that happened. Like, bro was like, you're not my dad. You hurt my dad. He's like, bro, that was my dad too. Like, what are you talking about?
Maybe it'll be something emotional where like Harujin slips up. He's about to catch a hit, like a life-threatening hit, and Loki comes and like saves him and takes another hit. And he's like, why would you do that? Why would you do that for me? And then boom, flashback.
Yeah, right. That'd be nice.
Well, I have a very important question for you guys before we wrap up the stream.
Oh, both of us. Okay.
Both of you. How do we feel about live action Chopper?
I loved it when I saw it. I'm not gonna lie.
I thought it was great. I thought it was
I feel like
fantastic.
trying to make him look like a actual real life reindeer would be
Crazy work. Diabolical.
It wouldn't fit. I think they the voice fits. Yeah, I mean I like it.
See, that's where I would disagree. I don't. The voice for me, it's just a little.
He wasn't ready.
Listen, I'm not criticizing the voice acting whatsoever. I just think that the direction, and it's not the direction. It's in the anime. Chopper sounds like a child because he essentially is one. But I wouldn't have been mad if they aged him up a little bit, because seeing the live action version of Chopper and hearing a 5-year-old speak, it's a little cringe.
But
for
Chopper
me.
is the youngest of the, like, he's literally
100%.
the
It's
baby.
the
of
baby.
He's literally a
He's
child.
the
He's
baby.
the baby.
Maybe it was the dialogue. Maybe it was like the words he was like saying.
You've also never
in
watched the
that little
English dub
commercial.
either.
Yes, I have.
What
I know
happened?
exactly what he sounds like.
You watched the dub?
The English dub?
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought you never watched the English
Both
dub.
in like the like mid 2000s and whatever recent's come out. Yeah, I'm not gonna hate on it because honestly, what else am I expecting? My bar is so low for live action, even after
My
season
bar
1.
is so low.
I'm not gonna.
Yo.
He said, "I'm just happy. I'm just here so I don't get fined." Practice.
That's the only critique I have. The looks, he looks great.
Yeah, the look is amazing. Yeah.
Like I can.
But what the
understand-
transformations are gonna look like, we'll see.
Jesus,
That's
right. We may not get. Like at best, we might get brain point. We might get brain point, and that's it.
No,
And
we'll probably
that's-
get like the
And that's
running
bro
point.
doing. He's throwing up the rock the whole time. The rock is in the building. Can I see where the huz at? That's all he's doing.
I can't. Oh man,
Bro, that's crazy. But thank you, Rob. We greatly appreciate the Shonen
Yes.
Showdown Sama coming through for
no
One Piece Chapter
problem.
1151. We greatly appreciate you.
No problem.
Thank you for
guys.
everybody who came through for the stream. Hopefully, you guys don't think we're too annoying. Hopefully, you guys think we made some good
We went
takes.
on tangents.
Nah,
I see.
follow me at Moon Piece Podcast
Stop
on
it.
everything, man.
Stop it! Don't do that! Don't do that!
That's
Don't
where
do
you
that!
can find me.
Don't do that, Marco. I see your super chat too loud. Rob, Big Mom has a slight. You said this.
What's the problem?
You said this.
What happened? Slight
Big
edge
Mom
over
has a
Sabo?
slight edge over Sabo.
Wait,
Yeah, Big Mom
What do
would
you
be
mean by
Sabo
that?
in a
Hold on,
fight.
what do you mean by that?
well, what do you mean slight?
Big
though?
Mom. What do I mean by
Slight?
slight? I mean, it would be, it would be a battle, but Big Mom would be victorious.
Okay.
Okay, now
Okay,
I know.
okay,
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 I
okay.
was sticking up for. Okay, no, hold on. We can't. do this.
He
I
said
was
we
sticking
can't
up
just
for
hang
Sabo.
up. We can't just hang up.
What's the problem? What's the problem?
That's a stretch, brother. That's a stretch.
How is this a stretch?
Big Mom and
Let me ask you a
Bro,
question.
go
Let me
ahead.
ask you a question.
I'm listening.
When Kizaru said, "Hey, Akainu, send me to Wano, because Big Mom and Kaido and all these people are acting up. Send me there. I'll deal with them."
Bro,
Did you think that he could do it?
Slight is crazy. Slight?
No.
Did you think he could stop both two Yonko? Stop.
No.
Kizaru was gonna
No.
go there and stop.
I
No.
don't believe so. No,
Okay, good.
I don't believe
Okay.
so.
Okay, so another follow-up question, because I just got to make sure where we stand. How do you feel about an Admiral versus a Yonko? Just in general.
Which ones specifically? You have to name which ones.
No, I don't believe Buggy doesn't count in this
Okay.
in the context of this scenario. Buggy does not count. I don't believe Admirals match up to Yonko.
Okay, so you would say the Yonko have a slight edge over the Admirals, right?
I agree.
Okay.
A big
I
edge.
believe-
I think it's a big edge.
I
not
believe
slight.
no, I don't think. I think it's slight, but I believe that Sabo is around the Admiral tier, and that's why I said I feel like Sabo is as great as he is. I think it'll be a great fight against Big Mom. Big Mom will have the slight edge, and I think she would edge him out on the hockey side of things. But I do think Sabo has, especially because he's been not only the
This is
chief of staff of the
crazy,
Revolutionary Army, but no, it's bro. I'm telling yo,
No,
y'all don't
I'm locked in, bro.
understand.
I'm locked in. I'm locked in.
Are you
please.
listening? I'm listening. Stop listening.
Listen, the first day he got his devil fruit, he fought against Fujitora and held his own. The first day. That just shows that his hockey was.
Okay,
we
Corey.
already established
Corey,
that Fujitora's a bomb.
Corey,
He's not a bum. Fujitora is not a bum, and we'll get.
Okay, so
we can talk
Sabo,
about that.
day one,
subbed in for Luffy. He subbed in for Luffy. No slippage in strength. He fought an admiral on the first day getting his devil fruit.
Okay.
Held his own. Right.
Yeah.
Then you have Sabo. After that, right? Nico Robin spends 2 or 3 seconds with we see the flashback. Nico Robin spends 2 or 3 seconds with Sabo and Koala. Now Nico Robin is able to box with Black Maria. Okay, so we know that he knows some high level techniques as well, fisherman karate and all. And that's also a big part of Koala as well, right? So we have all of that. And then you have Sabo, right? His literally his camp, not even because Sabo was dealing with the Gorosei and stuff, which we'll get to later. His camp is boxing the Gorosei, like Karasu and all them. I mean, not the Gorosei, sorry, the admirals, right? His camp, Karasu is boxing.
I mean, they didn't box.
Morley, Limburg, they
didn't box. They didn't box. That's not boxing. That's not boxing.
That's not boxing.
No,
maybe not one-on-one.
They was not boxing. They
didn't box.
They was dancing around, bro. That's not boxing.
Dancing around in the Holy Land.
They was just trying to escape.
You could play around in the Holy Land.
They was trying to
Big Mom at 8 years old was taking down giants. No devil fruit, bro.
I said Big Mom would win, but I don't think
Sabo wasn't doing nothing but learning how to wipe his ass.
Can Sabo even beat
Is it crazy to say? Hold on. Is it crazy to say that Sabo is admiral level? I don't think so. I really don't think so.
Sure, let's jump for the stars. That's not
jumping for the stars. Jumping for the stars.
I'm meeting you.
Yeah.
He's admiral level. Sure.
Yes. Saying Sabo is admiral level is not that crazy. I think again, he's been training in the Revolution Army. He grew up with Dragon, all these people, Hack. Everybody was training Sabo from when he was literally 10 years old. So he's had elite level training since he was young, and he's still training every single day. Now we're hearing people in literally around the world are calling him the Flame Emperor. His name rings bells more than Dragon now as we speak.
This is where you messed up. You went into clout. You went into clout.
No, it's not just clout,
because even Buggy got clout.
Let me go into my Gorosei point. I'm not going into straight clout. Let me go into my Gorosei point. Right? And I'm not even going to talk about him, All right. Let's talk about the Gorosei. Sabo goes into the room, right? He goes.
Not him trying to set the scene. He got mellow and everything.
Saint Ethan, Saint Mars, Saint Jupiter, Saint Saturn, right?
We are familiar.
Every single Emu, Saint Warkuri, right?
Yeah, we got it.
Everybody in the room saw Sabo and said, "Yo,
that is not.
I gotta transform.
Not about to do this right
I gotta transform.
They were shook, bro. They didn't expect anybody to be there.
Now, let me say. Hold on. No. It's not reframing. But let me be fair. All right. They transformed because of how dire the situation was. That's facts, right? They didn't want the news getting out. They didn't want information getting out. Let's be fair. At the same time, though, Sabo stood 10 toes in that room and threw an attack to them.
No. He didn't stand 10 toes, bro. He threw an attack and ran. Bro. He threw a Molotov cocktail and dipped.
No, he tried to save Cobra. He tried to save Cobra.
He wasn't trying to box.
We could pull the paddle up. He tried to save Cobra, and there were 5 Gorosei plus Emu. Realistically, Sabo shouldn't even have been able to escape in that room. He should have died right there.
He should have, but guess what? He's good at running just like Wapo.
No. You did not just bring Wapo. Wapo
I mean, did they not do the same thing that arc? They got off that island.
Wapo threw an attack to the Gorosei and made his presence known.
If anything, Wapo performed better in Mary Joie than Sabo.
Enjoy the rest
of
the stream.
Even if Sabo was admiral level, which he probably is close to being, Yonko over admiral any day of the week.
Yes,
low difficulty. Low though, it's not slight. Listen, the point is, it's not slight.
P is willing to spend $2 to tell you that Sabo sucks. I see.
Did he? Oh yeah, he did.
Nina hit the 199 super chat. Rob starting to sound like Joe with Zorro. That's how you. You sound.
Listen.
You switching the narrative. You creating this story.
I'm not switching the narrative. I stand 10 toes in believing that if you're in that situation, many characters in that situation would not make it out, would not be able to even escape.
Bro, do you know how good I am at running
that.
out of danger?
I believe that.
I don't think you know how
But
good
that
I
doesn't
am personally.
that
at
doesn't
running
matter
out of
Gear
danger.
because
5, he wouldn't beat Big Mom.
Huh?
If Luffy did not have Gear 5, he wouldn't even be able to beat Big Mom.
I agree, but at the same time, though,
Nah, I don't think so.
I don't know.
No. Solo,
like
fresh off discovering Gear 5.
but,
Luffy's not even beating Big Mom solo right now.
You know what's funny though? A lot of people gave Brook credit for surviving against Big Mom and escaping the Big Mom situation.
Bro,
yeah,
he got turned into a toy. He didn't survive that.
No. I'm saying when Brook fought Big Mom.
Yeah,
right. It was Big Mom. Right. That was a survival situation. Yeah,
and he got turned into a toy.
You still have to give credit because Sabo took a direct attack from Emu.
He took one tail, bro.
He took a direct attack from Emu and survived and lived to tell that this is we see what's happening on. This is not even this is not even Emu that they're dealing with on Elbaf right now. This is Wi-Fi. Remember what Danny said. This is not even direct Emu. This is Wi-Fi Emu using Gunko. This is not even directly Emu. Mm-hmm. Sabo is the only series he's the only character in the series that we've seen that has taken
that
a
ran
direct
out the
attack
room
from the strongest character in the entire show
and got out.
So it's crazy to me and got out. How many characters?
So you giving your boy points off of running?
No, I'm giving him points off of being able to have the hockey to withstand the attack and still recover and get better later on. I am.
Sure.
That's a defensive endurance feat because
I seen Kinemon tank Kaido's attack. What are we saying right now?
Hold on. Let me get this last bar off, Corey. Because when Zoro endured the attack, the conquest of the seas. You remember when Big Mom and Kaido said,
"I know,
let's combo Kamehameha, father son Kamehameha,"
yes.
And Zoro was like, "Let me block it," right? And he got damaged from it. All the Zoro fans, this is a crazy thing. Zoro tanked the attack. So then when I say, Sabo literally survived an attack from the strongest character in the show now.
That's not the same. That's not the same.
That is
that's not the same.
He took a direct attack from the strongest character.
That's like a little tail. It was his tail.
Tail whip.
Bro, everybody, he's the strongest character in the series.
Tail whip, bro.
It doesn't matter. If we're in Bleach,
Hyper Beam.
Hold on. If we're in Bleach, as a matter of fact, let's go to Dragon Ball Super, right? Let's go to Dragon Ball Super. If Whis, right, does a baby attack, or let's say Grand Zeno can literally destroy an entire universe just by snapping.
Yeah.
Right? That's literally a no effort thing. At some point, because you are so powerful, it really comes down to you being able to survive against them for a certain amount of time. That's when you start having those conversations where it's like, people gave Krillin credit because he was boxing. Let's be serious. People gave Krillin credit because he was boxing in the Tournament of Power. People gave Roshi credit because he was boxing in the Tournament of Power. There's certain things where a character is surviving against a strong character that should not really even be considered in there. Android 17, who had no business boxing, right, with the likes of Jiren. And I can pull up the footage. He was fighting Jiren as well as Frieza and everybody else.
Bro,
has no
you
business
can't
boxing
use
against
Dragon
Jiren.
Ball as a...
You can, because Oda is a fan of
can't.
Dragon Ball.
No,
He's a fan of Dragon Ball.
Bro,
He's a fan of Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball Super.
He didn't have to write it to be a fan of it. And you're seeing instances of it.
Sorry, I don't even make that.
Again,
that's GT.
I don't care. I know everybody in the chat right now thinks I'm crazy, and I'm cool with it.
No, because apparently G-Dukes think you have a point.
But because y'all gotta hear me though, like again, Emu is the strongest character in One Piece on paper right now, alive today. Right? We don't know if Joy Boy gonna pop. We don't know what's going on, but right now, canonically, whatever we want to say, he is the strongest character.
Though.
Bro,
He
it
used
does
tail
not
whip and not hyper beam. What are we talking about?
Hold on, Corey. Emu transformed. You guys are sitting here
Did
saying
he?
Emu didn't.
Because he was
use his-
mad. He was mad.
He transformed, but hold on. So what are we gonna? We got to be consistent. Did he use a low level attack
to
or did he
Sabo for
transform?
running good is crazy.
Yo, I
Corey.
need Sabo to pull up on Elbath right now. So we
you
can
giving,
I
you
want
giving
that
your,
because
you giving your boy PowerPoints for surviving good.
Hold on, but you said it was good when Zoro did it against Big Mami Kaido.
No,
right?
I don't.
Again,
I
now
don't
when
give Zoro
Emu-
points
hold
for
on.
using full counter.
half the community did, Corey.
I don't.
They were like, "This is
half the
crazy."
community did. They did do that.
They
They
did.
do
Thank
that.
you, Danny.
Joe, I'm not
Thank you,
giving
Danny.
him points.
Every
When
One
Zoro-
Piece YouTuber was saying
I said that nigga
Thank
was
you.
in. He was in
Thank you.
bandages after Sanji had to wrap him up in a room while they flirted with each
He
other.
still did it
while
though. He still
smoked
did
his-
it though.
He
He
said, but
did it,
because
but he was tired.
But because Zoro tanked that attack, everybody said, "Look how strong Zoro is now." And when all I'm saying is, Sabo took a direct attack from a transformed Emu. Remember, y'all are saying, "Oh,
he
Emu was a
used
triumph."
tail
It was
whip,
a
Rob.
it was a transformed Emu. He took a direct attack and he survived it. Again, that does speak to the level of Sabo's haki and his training, because because there's so many characters that would have died on the spot. We are. I'm being so
Bro,
serious.
Usopp
Characters would have
survived
died
that,
on the
bro.
spot from that
Usopp
Emu's
could've
tail
survived
whip.
that.
Okay, no.
The
I don't
tail
believe
whip?
that.
See,
Bro,
you
anybody
believe
can.
Usopp would have survived that.
No, I
Bro,
don't believe.
I've seen
You've
Usopp.
lost it.
I've seen Usopp get headbutted.
Usopp doesn't have the willpower, bro, to
Come on,
survive
thank
that.
you, Danny.
my
There's levels to
days.
hockey.
He's definitely Usopp survived a lot of shit, bro.
Come on.
I don't think he would have survived that.
You gotta give
you
give
going
something for that. bro.
crazy off a tail whip, son. Tail
It's
whip.
not. It's
Tail
all right,
whip,
all right, all right.
son.
All right, let me ask you this.
He
Let
didn't
me ask
use
you this,
vote
right?
tackle. He didn't use bubble beam.
See, but see,
flamethrower.
Corey, where you're missing the point, and I want to highlight this, where you're missing the point is that you're focusing on the type of attack it was, and you're not focusing on who it's coming from. You could have a scratch from a wild Nido King that's a level 5.
I can survive Arceus's tail whip. I could personally survive Arceus's tail whip.
See, all right. And this is
Or
what I'm
you
talking
couldn't
about.
survive
A
a
level
Ratatat's tail whip.
100, a level 100 Rayquaza comes through and says, "Ugh," and Corey's gonna be like, "Oh, it's just a scratch though." There's levels to this, Corey. It's coming from a level 100 Rayquaza.
Just a scratch.
A level 100 Rayquaza, bro. It's different. There's a difference, bro. There's a
with the
difference.
199 super chat. The mind delusion that Rob has is wild.
See, but here's the thing with Preston though. Preston's he's a Usopp apologist. He's a you can't speak to him. Because he doesn't understand. He doesn't get it because his guy has never and he never will be in these types of combos. This is Gorosei and Emu types of conversations. Usopp will never be here, bro. And I feel he will never be here. So I get it. Like it's to you, it just Preston and I, we go back and forth. We understand, right? All I'm saying is there's a reason. There's a reason why Oda said Sabo has been training every single day in the Q&A. There is a reason for it. And you guys will see. And when you guys see, I want everybody to be like, dang, Rob, my fault. That's all I want to see. That same day. I'm dropping a video and I want to see Rob, my fault all throughout the comment section. That's all
I'll remember. Don't worry. I'll remember.
You wasn't with him shooting in the gym. That's all we know.
Man, I've been there, bro. I've been there. Frame 1 saying Sabo is him, bro.
Yo.
I feel like a lot of characters would have died from that Emu tail whip. Transformed Emu tail whip. Excuse me.
Brother.
He was transformed.
Oh, brother. I watched Usopp take off Goku's whole kufi. What are we talking about here?
Unbelievable.
Bro, she let him hit her.
My
Let's be honest real quick. Yeah. She didn't even use an arrow to redirect the hit.
Not even an arrow. She just tanked it. Just tanked it.
Oh, what are we talking? I don't even know what the Gunko thing is about.
Well,
oh man, I'm glad I got that
triggered
off.
that. Who triggered that again?
Marco. I think Marco did. Was it Marco?
It's
Marco. But Marco and I, we go back and forth on Sabo all the time. But it's just like To me, it's just
Oh, yeah.
crazy that that if Zoro does it, it's all good. Sabo does it, I don't count.
Nah,
I'm
the
like,
problem
man,
is Marco was like, "Yo,
it
if y'all
counts.
don't read my super chat before y'all hang up off this stream, and then this is what happens.
This is yeah.
This is what
This is the discourse.
It's
happens.
real though, man.
But yeah, so now we're back into closing out. Thank you guys again for checking out our One Piece chapter 1151 stream. There's a break week, so you guys. Oops,
Someone's at the front door doorbell.
my bell's ringing.
Oh,
I was
okay.
just stuff.
All
So
right, hold on. Are they
thank you,
here?
thank you guys for coming through for this stream for One Piece chapter 1151. We greatly appreciate it, Rob. We always thank you for coming through. We always
Yes,
have a
sir.
good time talking One
Yes.
Piece with you, because what is One Piece without your agendas? Honestly,
Stop it.
JD Legend has retired, so now you are the
I
agenda
love
piece.
Man, nah, shout out Jay, man. That's really Jay, bro. That's really Jay.
Yeah.
I saw Jay the other day too. Yeah, shout out Jay, bro. But
Word.
nah, I'm just here saying
So-
what I need to say about Sabo. That's all.
But make sure you guys subscribe and follow Shonen Showdown on all platforms. Make sure you guys check out the Moon Piece podcast on all social media platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, all of that. We go live. We're doing Kingdom Hearts. Hopefully Kimmy beats Kingdom Hearts on Wednesday. We've been trying. This girl has a skill issue, so who knows what's gonna happen. Ansem is really humbling.
Oh
her.
yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
humbling her. It's not going well. But we are doing Sailor Moon live streams. Danny's doing Don 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 and Blue Lock, and then I do JoJo's monthly. So we got a lot going on with the Moon Piece podcast. So we greatly appreciate everybody who come through. And on that note, y'all, enjoy your life.
Sayonara.
See you.
Peace.
Bye bye.